And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 140. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great week that is ahead of you, and I hope you guys had a great January 2025 as the first month of 2025 is over. We got about 3 more days left in this month, so I hope you guys have been sticking to your New Year's resolution. And coming up in February of 2025, we have Valentine's Day, tax season, and the Super Bowl. My team's going to be in the Super Bowl, so you guys can watch as we beat Patrick Mahomes, lift the trophy. You guys can sit in the bleachers and watch us win, actually. We'll make sure Taylor Swift gets on her knees and actually just suck all this eagle cock down her throat. Outside of that, as you guys know, for me, I've been putting out consistent content on this channel, main Master Swag King channel. I've been uploading content to my comic book channel as well. That's been actually popping off pretty hard. I don't know where all these new views have come from, but okay. Thank you so much for anyone that has been watching over there. YouTube has been, I don't even know, not promoting the videos that we put out at all. Like literally, throw out a video, the views come so much more later on in the day, you know? Or it's not even the fact that people aren't watching. It's just more like January is such a hard month for just YouTube in general. That's why I tell people you're going to have months where YouTube promotes nothing you do. And I'm kind of used to it now too. That's why I don't even care for like views and shit. I literally just put out a video, and if it does well, it does well. If not, fuck it. We just fucking toss a coin. Sir, are you in a different reality at this point?
No,
there's
here, bro.
Background is us. You know that? Did you notice that?
Oh wow, that's pretty wild. Is that us right now? No, that was us another night.
That's trippy. That that just looks.
I've been
really
messing with a lot of OBS effects.
Okay.
Getting used to different ways to present stuff in here. I've figured out that let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. NVIDIA has a really great background remover. Like this is fantastic. Now I need a background that actually hangs out here. Like there's all sorts of shit you can do in the background.
I never take L's. I'm only going to take W's. So as you guys know, the show that me and Professor Savage Dad do together is on Tuesdays. Now, if he goes out of town during that week we have a show, then we will do it that Sunday of that week. So he's usually around for about 2 weeks of the month. And then usually on that 3rd week, he's gone. So we do the show on Sunday for that 3rd week. So just let you guys know that. The next comic book we're going to review is potentially this. Okay, so you know Labs Comic Fan? Me and Labs Comic Fan, we're probably going to end up reviewing Joker by Brian Azzarello. Yeah, it's a great book, yeah. I literally was reading it earlier today because I was going to review it with Anna's Gameland, but she said her internet went out when she got back home. And she said, hey, when I get back home, I'll message you if it's back on. It wasn't on, so she hasn't hit me back yet. That's been literally this morning. So
I thought Anna left the show forever. She came back?
What do you mean?
I thought she was done with you.
No girls ever leave me. They always come back. But we were supposed to review this together. And
when is Tiny going to be on again?
So me and Anna were supposed to review this together, and it didn't happen because Anna's internet situation in London is trash. So me and Labs Comic Fan, he said to let him know if she's still going to do it. If not, then we're going to do this one on Thursday, 6 p.m. PST. Hopefully, if all things go according to plan. And what me and you are going to do this Tuesday coming up, the next week, is we're going to review this Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, Married with Children. Because, as you guys know at this point now, I have reviewed everything in the Marvel Comics' new Ultimate Universe in order now. So I've reviewed the Ultimate Invasion trade paperback with Labs Comic Fan. And today we just reviewed the Ultimate Universe #1 one-shot comic today as well, which literally should have been in the Ultimate Invasion book, but they didn't put it there. And they're putting it in the Ultimates #1, which is coming out this week as a trade, and it's written by Denise Campbell. So these are the next 2 books we are going to be reviewing. And we're going to be reviewing another special one. Speaking of something special, me and Labs Comic Fan on Friday, we're going to review this, the DC All-In #1 special.
Oh, there you go.
Expect these books reviewed next. 2 DC books, and then the newest Ultimate Spider-Man, Marvel Comics trade paperback. So yeah, those are the next books you can expect us to review. We're going to try and keep a consistent flow of comic review content going. Also, I have good news. I bought the DC's Finest Green Lantern book, actually. So then, this week
DC's
coming up...
Finest Green Lantern?
Yeah, so it includes his first appearance, which was Showcase something. I fucking forgot. And you know what's crazy? After that book, it leads directly into Kyle Rayner's book. So this week coming up, I'm going to get the Kyle Rayner Compendium, because that goes right after that.
I still haven't got into it, dude. I've got those 3. The last one I'm going to probably pick up next month is going to be Nightwing. And then I'm going to have so many compendiums, dude, that I'm probably just going to stop picking shit up, except for the indie books that garner my attention for a while. We've got a lot of...
Oh, gosh. No proof. That's Tiny, who's gone forever.
Oh, WZ says Tiny's gone forever.
She's not gone.
From MSK shows. I bet Tiny would come on my show.
What? Wow. It's not like I fired her. I didn't fire her from the show. I told her that I don't want to be the guy that's responsible for her condition being bad on stream. So that's it.
Right.
Eventually, maybe at some point, I'll have her on again for a one-on-one if she can handle all this man in front of her. But what else did I end up doing today? Oh, today I just, did the MSK show. I woke up, got that one video done and uploaded, and then I went to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in like a couple of years, actually. So I went to the gym, did biceps and triceps. I think I've tapped into a whole new level of power. I've become so unbelievably smart with my knowledge now that you pathetic, worthless humans will not ever comprehend the amount of knowledge I have in my brain right now. It's absolutely ginormous. Yep. Are you waiting for a punchline there, sir? Tiny, 76, Ashley, Stormy, Maria. The list is endless. They're all...
Oh, damn. To be fair, 76, that was more her than MSK.
That was literally not my fault. I'm never taking blame for that one.
I won't say that for many people, but she was nuttier than an MSK shit after eating cream
corn.
Was
literally mentally deranged.
After eating a Snickers, she was...
Tiny is never coming back. No, she's not.
Oh, damn.
She's not coming back.
Cold.
But the thing is, if Tiny ever wants to come back, it's hard because I don't want to be the guy where she's on a show where her condition gets worse based off of like the jokes that we make here, because she got a little mad at a few jokes here and there, but it's like, I don't want to have to deal with that on a show. I want to kind of just like chill with the boys and have a good time, So, and to be fair, she has a better time on other people's shows anyway. She has a better time on Emerald's show. She has a better time on a few other shows that I've seen her appear on. Yep. So she's actually way more happier with those people than she is with me. So it just is what it is.
People. Who else has she been streaming with?
She streamed with that one guy who was in the wheelchair from the meetup, actually.
Oh yeah, Drew and Alf. Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know he had a channel, but
culture show.
Yeah. He she was on his show. I don't know if she's gonna be a regular on that show, but yeah, she just has more fun with other people, but beside me here, nothing really much I can do. I don't want to keep her here if she's not having fun, because by the last time she was here, it was like, okay, we probably got the most out of this that we probably did. It's probably time to move on at this point. Things just kind of end at a single point. How many people I've had on these shows throughout the years? A lot. There ain't how many relationships I have anymore? 0. Toasty, she was gonna be on, but I think she's just better as a person to have on every once in a while. That's just kind of the best way I can explain that. If you have her on too much, it kind of, isn't as good. She's better as just a one-time, once in a while appearance as a guest, because there was 1 week where she was not feeling that well, and I was like, man, she came in, she didn't say anything, she dropped out in like 40 minutes, and I was like, okay, well, this can't happen on a show. You can't just come in for 40 minutes and leave. That's just not what we do. So I was like, you know what? Probably best just have her on every once in a while. I have more fun with the men here than women. That's true. The men treat me better. I love being around men. I love satisfying men. That's how my life has always been. Satisfying men, it's usually how it works. Give me one moment here. So I'll show you guys what I'm going to be not buying this week. So what I have to tell you guys also is I know a lot of you guys have not seen my recent episode that I did of the show with Last Comic Fan. There's nothing coming out this week. Nothing. The only thing that's coming out that you guys would even be remotely interested in is the Spider-Man by Joe Kelly omnibus. That's it. Everything else is null and void. That's it. There's literally nothing coming out. I repeat to you, this is the first week since I've been buying weekly floppies and omnibuses and paperbacks and epic collections. There is nothing. It is literally zero, nothing. Completely dead week. It's going to be a horrible week for the comic book stores. I'll show you guys right now how much there's nothing coming out. But here you go. This is the thing I already have in my cart. Mr. Reese, how you doing, buddy? So before we get to what I'm going to show you guys in my cart tonight, we are going to actually do a comic book ranking on the Rippaverse comics released so far. So it would be basically ISOM number 1 all the way up until the Horseman Welcome to Flora Spark. Then the actual topic of the show that's after that is talking about something that Eric July pointed out yesterday on Twitter to prove that cancel culture is essentially still alive and well in the comic industry. Now, is it because of EVS? This one, I don't think so. I would blame him if it was all possible, but I don't think this one is him because people got to factor in Eric got a lot of haters even before EVS became a detractor when ISOM number 1 made $3.7 million. Holy shit. The fact that made him that much money. Keep in mind, guys, ISOM number one made $3.7 million, right? ISOM number 2, I remember it made like fucking hell. ISOM number 2 made $2.5 million. People say, but it dropped off from $3 million. What comic book do you know makes millions of dollars? That has to be one of the highest selling comic books ever in America. Has to be. 3.7 million? That has to be the one of, if not the highest. Or at least maybe top 10. Because keep in mind,
out of indie books, probably. I don't think EVS ever made close to that, which is why
EVS made $1 million on Blood Honey.
The first one?
Yeah, one of his campaigns did $1 million. It was like Blood Honey or something like that. Or it was Red Planet, one of them. But after that, it's been 200Ks.
Well, what did Cyberfrog 3, the book that no one's going to see for a very
long time? I remember, that one was like 279.
About that book. Like, seriously, it's been out for 2 years. Nobody talks about that book at all, not even him.
Dude, right? Could you imagine people bitching about you making millions of dollars on a comic? That's crazy. Because I think ISOM number 2, if I'm wrong, it was 2.5 million. So he made like almost $7 million from 2 books, from 2 different campaigns, from 2 different years. That's insane. And then after that, remember, Alpha Core did 1 million, 1.7 million, right? Alpha Core did like 1.7. Yaira did like 1.5.
I've got a
raking in the $1 million.
Polygon. So it's definitely going to be a mainstream thing. And this is Polygon, so it's probably
keep in mind,
bullshit.
Stores that buy the units as well. It's not like
people buying but I mean, exactly. It isn't people buying books, but they sold 500,000 copies of Superman or Atomic Comics or Action Comics. Sorry.
That's a NASQUAC.
That's 10. And then 526,000 for Detective Comics 1,000.
Of course, that makes sense.
Obama issue of Spider-Man sold 530,000.
It was on it was Brian Michael Bendis. They had him do an Obama cover.
The repeat of Secret Wars really sold that much? Dude, that's when I stopped reading Marvel.
Wait, that was Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, or is the original one? There's two of them.
No, this is the second one. It's Hickman's. This is from 2015.
Yeah, Jonathan Hickman, he had a Secret Wars, yeah.
And then there was Amazing Spider-Man #1 from Dan Slott. Oh
God! We're scraping the barrel here. I understand why Detective Comics #1000 did enough because it's Detective Comics. It was like what the first one did 1,000. Here.
Free Comic Book Day edition of Ultimate Spider-Man #1 from 2002. The actual Ultimate Spider-Man #1. That's a little bullshit. 631,000. That's some bullshit.
If you look at the context of back then, the Ultimate Spider-Man universe, when Ultimate back then, the hype was there for it. I could maybe believe that one.
The hype was there because the hype was legit. It was so legit. And then for X-Men and then for Ultimates, that Marvel drowned the universe in crap. Like they're already doing with the new Ultimate Universe, which is why nobody cares except for Spider-Man, which is still seemingly good. Number 4 on the list, and that's because of the price point alone, period. Great gimmick. Batman, the 10-cent adventure. I don't think it was just that, though. Who wrote this?
It's Jim Lee's X-Men
the
comic
Bruce
book
Wayne murderer
on there.
Fugitive. I'm trying to see who wrote that. Who wrote the 10-cent comic? I have multiple copies of that still. I could probably get a lot more than that for it. Oh, yeah, I can get $6 on Amazon. But written by, who wrote it? Greg Rucka. Yes, that was Rucka's era on a great, I think, underappreciated Batman era was Greg Rucka's era on it. It was really good. The guy got noir, he got crime books, like he understood it. So Fantastic Four #60 in 2020 sold 752,000 copies. Why? Oh, it was a 9-cent comic. Okay. And the first issue in a new series with Mark Waid. Poop. Star Wars #1 sold 1 million copies. So that made a shit ton of money for the Marvel Disney era of Star Wars. But still, to this day, 8,186,500 copies of X-Men #1 from 1991. That will never be reset. And if you consider at that time, the Jim Lee one, that was $2 an issue. It's $16 million. So 17.
I imagine he made a lot of money. Holy crap. God.
Oh yeah, dude, damn. Marvel made a lot of money off that, dude. It was the success of that book that created the fucking cartoon. The cartoon was created from that book. Like, look at it. I mean, other than Wolverine's costume changing, that book set the tone for X-Men going forward that then Disney killed because they didn't own the film rights to Marvel.
The Screen Rant had one. There was 20 best-selling comics of all time.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, Death of Superman's going to be in there for sure.
The top-selling comic book issues of all time include a wide variety of titles, past and present, from the most foundational Marvel and DC stories to some of their most exciting recent releases and everything in between, from action comics to X-Men.
Nothing exciting about the recent shit.
X-Men #1. Okay, so the number 20, they have DC Universe Rebirth Harley Quinn #1 from 2016. Yeah, this artwork. Oh yeah, man, this artwork was so good.
They made her. They took away.
This is Jimmy Palmiotti, right? Yeah, I remember this one. Yep, this is Jimmy Palmiotti's version of her. The way he wanted her to look. Looks great. I love that version. I love the way this looks. Gosh, it looks so cool.
I don't like the flat chesting of all the female characters. They did it to Power Girl. It's disappointing.
Batman #50, the wedding special. Yeah, I remember this was big. This was so big. I remember. Big. Yeah.
It's what sealed everybody's hatred.
Oh God, man. Holy shit. 366,000 copies sold. Batman issue #50.
Yeah.
412,000 sold.
And it was bullshit.
You cut out right there in that moment.
Oh, sorry. No, I was saying that whole story was bullshit because he lied to stores, he lied to fans to make everybody believe that Batman and Catwoman were finally getting married, and then just blew it all up. She got cold feet and ran off, and it was people were pissed about that.
Maybe they should have had her bang the Joker.
For it.
The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 800, 439,000 copies sold. Was this before the One More Day story? So after,
I don't think so.
Yes, this was after the One More Day story. Yeah. And this is what, man, I know they can make Spider-Man a big seller again. This came after One More Day and still sold this much. Spider-Man will always sell no matter what.
That's because they went back to the original numbering, and then they fucked up the numbering again. I don't care about their numbering anymore. Like an issue 1000 or an issue 800 doesn't matter to me anymore.
Dark Knight 3 Master Race number 1, 449K. Action Comics number 1000. Yeah, I remember this was big. It sucks because this right here leads into Brian Michael Bendis.
That was Brian Michael Bendis' beginning, and we were all so hopeful. And then you get to the miniseries where he has Superman's son sexually molested by Ultraman, and you're just like, well, fuck all this.
Sounds like a Diddy moment.
Peace out. I'm done. I'm putting mainstream comics back, dude. It was that.
Look at the art from Jim Lee. So good.
Yeah, it looked great. Yeah. Brian Michael Bendis' Superman is what made me quit comic books again. Like that was the final. I mean, this is my third go round with it. I picked them up again because I liked what was going on with Reborn Superman.
Look at all these renumberings. Amazing Spider-Man
and when Brian Michael Bendis comes in, does that shit with Superman's son, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm out again. Bye.
Secret Wars number 1. Yeah, it's Jonathan Hickman 1. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3.
Ugh.
Detective Comics issue 1000. Yeah, Pure Factor in. This is why I hate
this all depends on people's counts of it too, man.
Yeah, this is the thing. And this is what I hated for when they did The Flash this way. The Flash had 800 issues, and then when it came to Dawn of DC, they rebooted The Flash's numbering back to a number 1. It was like 800 issues for the main series. You couldn't just keep it.
That's the thing. They'd redone Flash's numbering multiple times before that, dude.
Yeah. Oh god, it's disgusting.
Numbering pisses me off.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 1.
That one's a bit janky there.
You said earlier, the 10 cent. Yeah, keep in mind. A 10-cent comic sell, it's going to sell. That's just far and away going to sell.
Greg Rucka had a great story in it. Like, it was so good. Same with the 9-cent Fantastic Four. It just worked. You know, Mark Waid. That was back before Mark Waid really let everybody know how crap he was.
Star Wars number 1. Oh, yeah. This starts their fucking hell. I forgot which run this is. Is this the one where they
Marvel
were?
Run,
no,
the Disney run.
Is it Disney? No, I was mistaken. No, I thought it was something different. But yes, Star Wars number 1. Yeah, I imagine that'll sell a lot. Spawn. Yeah, Spawn was a high-selling book. It still is. It's still always
blew up, dude.
Somewhere in top 50. Somewhere, not always number 1, but it's there. Tom McFarlane 1. Yep. Oh, this artwork is so good. I love it. He's never coming back to Marvel. Todd, come back, please. We need you. Dead of Superman, obviously.
3 million copies.
Yeah. Superman. Yeah.
What was
X-Force
that for?
number 1. This is Rob Liefeld's book. Yeah.
Yep. He strokes his dick over that still to this day.
Rob Liefeld just can't stop talking about this every day. He'll mention it. Yeah. X-Men number 1,
he's like
as everyone confirms, is the highest selling one.
He's got left. Yeah, nobody will ever be able to top that crown, dude. There isn't anything coming. There's stragglers in the background hoping to pick up bits and pieces of what the X-Men once did, but comic books will never be that big again. I mean, you could argue very, very legitimately, I think, that in the early to mid 90s, comics peaked. The medium peaked. Like
medium peaks at the end of the 90s after the crash.
I would say I'm saying like mid late 90s, that was the peak, dude. And then the crash hit. It peaked out and then boom. Like it looked like this. Like if you look at the curve, you're going up at like the steady pace, and then you peak out here. Here's your peak, and then it just went like whoo, and shot down. Like after that, and a lot of the stuff that I read was in the 90s, but it was, and even the 2000s. I mean, I got into it at the peak and after, and I know that's me making a claim. I'm just saying that it peaked because everything that happened before in the Silver Age, even in the Golden Age, continually built. Everything that had gone before had continually built on that stuff. And for the most part, DC destroyed all of that past continuity, so it's gone, and made a giant fucking mess out of it when they tried to bring some of it back. Like, DC's old continuity doesn't matter, so nothing was built on it anymore. And all these vague ideas you have about characters don't exist anymore.
That's why you can always somewhat respect Marvel for never rebooting, because technically all the history is still there. But DC,
they just retcon and do janky shit, but yeah, it's still there.
I think, I've read, I think as far as comics I've read, DC's are better. As far as like just actual reading books, I think they're stronger, but I will always respect Marvel for never rebooting. Even if it's hard times, they will push through it. And then you're still going to be in horrible times, because the times are getting better. They're just always going to be in a sea of shit, honestly.
Yeah,
they need to retcon that,
man.
They need to retcon that One More Day shit. Could there be a Secret Wars 3 where he goes through a different time portal back to that moment where he made that deal with Mephisto and didn't do it? Aunt May's like 86 years old. That bitch gonna die in like a year. Come on, man.
No, she should have been dead, and they should have killed her. I until they kill Aunt May, I won't pick up another Spider-Man from Marvel. I'll read Ultimate, but I have no interest in their main line. But in all honesty, I don't have an interest in anything they do in their main line until they. I don't know. I don't know that there is bringing anybody like of my age or my, people who read as long as I did. I don't know that you bring any of us back to it anymore. I don't know what you do. I mean, do you just come out and confess how shitty you were for so long, admit that you destroyed your IPs, and just state that, hey, for a long time, editorial here at Marvel literally hated Peter Parker with a fiery passion that burned like 1,000 gay suns, and we're going to put an end to that. We're going to actually appreciate our character now. We're going to let him and MJ get back together. We're going to be doing all this shit that we should have done decades ago. Do that. And maybe I'd come back and actually be like, oh, wow, Marvel's really changing. But that shit ain't happening. They've said as much.
Oh, sorry, guys. I was typing to my wife. She was trying to have sex with another guy, and she told me to watch. So, Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner, Rising Compendium is the next book that I am going to buy. Primarily because if you guys go and look at the comic books coming out this week, there's nothing. As I showed on the episode of the MSK show I did with the Last Comic Fan, we quite literally have nothing here. There is nothing coming out except if you fucking want the end. Well, you have the Masters of the Universe, TMNT, Turtles of Grayskull #3, but I don't know how many people are even buying that. You have DC Power, Rise of the Power Company #1, and you have Superman Lex Luthor Special #1. So it's like those are literally the only thing that are coming out this week. And it's like, holy shit. There's nothing here. There's literally nothing here, man. Like, even if you scroll down and you get all the way here to at least like the Joe Kelly omnibus for Spider-Man, right here, how many issues is coming out for this? Okay, like 880 pages, $100 MSRP. Looks pretty good. I like this cover. But then again, for me to collect Spider-Man, older collected stories, I have to essentially get, how would I say this? Probably it's just better to just get them in Epic Collection specifically, because it's a lot more, even way more cheaper and affordable to do it that way. Because, man, getting an Amazing Fantasy Volume 1 omnibus would be just hell. Plus, I got a really, really good deal on it. So that's probably the best way to collect older Spider-Man stories. For those of you guys who are into that, you just grab the Epic Collections. Even those are, I won't say as expensive as an omnibus. I would not say that, honestly. James told me he's ready for you to put it in. What in the world? Yeah, I've literally been telling that guy, hey, come over and put the PC in. I want him to literally come over, spread my ass cheeks, and put it in. But he never come over and put it in. I messaged him today, and he did not message me back because I wanted him to come over and just put it all the way in me. But yeah, that is essentially pretty much it. There's nothing coming out. That's crazy. How could there be a week where there's nothing coming out? Even if you have the next 2 weeks, which is good. Those are fine. When you get into like the third, wait, hold on. How many weeks are in February? Isn't it like 3 weeks in February? Let me see. February's coming up. February has essentially, 3 weeks. So when we get to the third week of the month, there's 4 weeks in February. I was confused. Sorry. James, about to expose you for lying. Lies. Okay, so this is the third week of February. Let me see what's coming out this week. I'll probably just wait and get the Nightwing stuff in collected edition, actually. There are some series I'll just get in collected edition, honestly. But if not, then I'll try and see what is the best way to collect them so I can eventually, review them on the channel. So Ultimate Wolverine's coming out. I have that bookmark. This the thing is, Miles Morales, like no one grabs Miles Morales stuff. Not a single person does. I don't grab that shit. Not me. Let's see. Ultimate Black Panther, Wonder Woman, number 18. Teen Titans, number 20. Nope. Batman and Robin, year 1, number 5. I'll put that on the list. Avengers versus Aliens, number 3. I have that there. Most X-Men stuff that they're doing right now, I'll just wait till it's in collected edition. What else is there? It's kind of scrubbing the bottom of the barrel here. I wonder when Rook Exodus is coming out for trade. I'm pretty sure it's coming out in March. So I'll be getting the Rook Exodus trade when that drops. So yeah, it's going to be a few rough weeks coming up for me as far as like picking up stuff. Oh, you have the Harley Quinn, DC's Finest. This I will add to the list. I will definitely get that. I love it. I can put that on the list. Secret Wars, Battle World, that's Jonathan Hickman stuff. Jonathan Hickman has this natural thing of like just his writing. Oh my goodness. He is so much setup for Jonathan Hickman. He's like one of those guys, I swear he writes to huff his own farts. I swear.
Who does what now?
Jonathan Hickman, he writes to huff his own farts. I promise. Holy crap. Because that guy's writing is so much set up, and payoff can be very good, but you got to get through a lot of setup first. Just recently, I read the Ultimate Invasion trade. Oh my god, it was so boring. There was a few good parts here and there.
Really?
So boring. Bored the shit out of me. I didn't care for any of those characters. Not a single one.
I thought it was supposed to be the setup for this.
There was setup. There was a lot of dialogue. Certainly one of the comic books written of all time. Truly a masterclass in how to set things up. I think issue 1 is good. Issue 4 is like a second best issue, but kind of drags on so long to the point where you do get the final big like come shot, and it's not as good as you were hoping for. I think the Ultimate Universe number 1 shot, I thought was actually pretty good. I think that's honestly one of the best books I read this year so far. It was really, really good when all the setup paid off in that book. But that should have been there in the trade, though, because it's a perfect continuation of the 4-part miniseries as it ends right there. But they're going to put it in the Ultimates. Sir, are you in a distant future, in a reality?
I'm just here, bro.
I think you need a new background. That makes you look like a douche.
A little too much for you?
That is just trippy. Do you have like a girl getting banged out background? Do you have like a girl taking up the ass background?
A little bit.
Oh, God. Do you have a video of EVS getting on his knees and choking on cock background? Licking urinal cakes?
No, nobody wants to see that. Nobody really even... I don't think anybody even wanted to watch that video of him doing crack and licking a urinal. But it told us a lot about who EVS actually is.
He's like, I used to be someone. That's so gay.
He's not wrong though. What's weird about it is he was strangely introspective. He's absolutely right. Once upon a time, he was a decent comic book artist. Period. That's it.
Oh, I will say this. I know you aren't liking
and nothing now at all other than a.
Oh, you froze. You're alive.
He's nothing but a lolcow now.
Hold on. What the hell did you say? You froze for like a good 5 seconds. You were just.
I said that he's just a lolcow now.
Oh, I know. You like what's his name? Butt fucking Master 4000.
Don't know the guy.
Do you have his phone number?
Nope. All right, okay. Can't set you up, bro.
I would recommend here. Hold on. Because the Green Lantern Volume 2 Love and War trade is coming out the end of February. Do you know that Wes from Thinking Critical, he was recommending Green Lantern by Jeremy Adams? So the trade finally came out a while ago, and I picked it up. This is actually really good. Jeremy Adams really knows Green Lantern very well. This also has the Night Terrors backup story. The Night Terrors backup story here adds in so much. It's so good. This is probably best Green Lantern shit I've read ever. This shit is so good. This shit is great. I can't wait to get the second trade coming up. They don't have Kyle Rayner in here. And then you have classic Sinestro versus Hal Jordan here. Actually, it's very good. I definitely recommend getting it. Honestly, we actually reviewed it, and it was great. Oh my goodness! I hope Jeremy Adams sees this so he can get me a gig at DC and be like, "Hey, yo, Jeremy, would you like me to write on some Green Lantern for you?" I'll say this for everyone too. The variant covers in here were great. The Flash issue where Hal and Barry teamed up, that was really, really good. That's probably like the Night Terrors issue is my favorite one in here. And to be fair, that's not part of the actual run itself. It's just collected in here, so it makes the story flow better. I would say if you're having to pick a Green Lantern issue that was really good in here, I would say the 4th issue. It'd be Green Lantern issue number 4. It's when he teamed up with Barry. That was great. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man. This guy showing us how to write a Green Lantern story. Can't wait for volume 2 of the trade. Just like I can't wait for fucking hell. What else can I not wait for? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, great. This was actively one of the ones I wanted to get a variant cover for. Oof, God. I was getting most of these issues as they were collected, as they were coming out, but I was like, you know what? I'm waiting for the trade. Deciment. That's not a word. Deciment is not a word.
Clip that, James. WZ, you got that one? You need that sound clip.
I defecated on your mouth, right? Oh, are you playing sounds? Because I can't hear them. There's been no sounds playing at all.
No.
So I definitely recommend getting Green Lantern Back in Action Volume 1, written by Jeremy Adams. Awesome book. Green Lantern Volume 1, Love and War trade paperback, comes out February 25th. Covers issues 7 through 12. 176 pages. No backup stories this time around. Oh my God. Transformers Volume 3 coming out in what? March? I can't wait. That's the best series on the market.
I pre-ordered a bunch of shit recently.
God. Caught in 720p again? What are you talking about?
You're in 720p? I'm probably in 720p. I don't think this thing puts out more than that.
No, guys. I lied because I am entertaining you guys. I'm kidding. No, in all seriousness, Transformers Volume 3 Combiner Chaos trade paperback comes out May 27th. So we gotta wait till May to get the next trade. They're done. They're not even done with this new current arc they're on right now. The new current arc is on issue 17 this week or next week. So they'll be done with arc 3 very, very soon. But I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know. By the end of the year, I truly don't know what is a better book that I read. Green Lantern Back in Action Volume 1 or the Transformers Volume 2 trade that we reviewed a while ago. So it's a toss-up right now. Transformers Volume 2, Transport to Oblivion, or it's this one. Dude, I recommend. Pop this in. You could even literally have your kids read this. There's nothing disgusting in it at all. Truly heroic, Hal Jordan in this book, actually. He does have some... He's not with Carol because he did something kind of stupid, which isn't like really bad. But it's a great book. I can't recommend it enough. Probably my favorite book I've read in 2025 so far. But we are going to do our topics in just a moment here.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't stop gooning. Don't you love gooning?
Are you gooning?
I am gooning over Melanie Mack. That's my baby. Ugh. Can't wait to put my face all up in her shithole. See what it smell like. Okay. So I'm gonna have you talk to the audience really quickly.
Hello, audience.
Audience, ask Savage Dad questions as I type in our Rippaverse comic book ranking list for a second here.
Yeah, he's trying to type it in. The chat disconnected. Oh wait, no, I have to go to this one. I'm looking at the old video. Where's the current video? There's the current video. So what kind of a 720p for life? I got black and white TVs with higher resolution. Probably. This when I use my my photography camera as a webcam, it only puts out in 720p. But do you think MSK's internet could handle full 1080p? Were it to like actually drop here? Like come on, WZ. What's up, Mr. Reese? How you doing? Let's see who else is in the chat here. Mr. Reese has been hanging out. UMSK. I wouldn't mind making $2 million off a comic book. Yeah, no. 1.2 million for Alpha Core. See who else showed up. Emily's in the chat. What's up, Emily? Good evening. I hope WZ is getting some good clips and sends me any of the sounds he gets from tonight. And James is supposed to be getting you a new PC, dude? Like, since when? Why is James?
It's already in there. We already got it. It's in there. He hasn't put it in yet. Yeah, he hasn't put it all. It's in my other room. It's my living room. He just hasn't put it in yet. I'm still using.
Why don't you come and just plug it in? Why did he give you a new one?
Well, actually, he paid half of it off with me. I saved up money. When I told you I was saving up for something big. That's what I was saving up for big. I was saving up for to get a new PC. This one's kind of running its course. I've had this since like 2018. It's been 7 years. I need a new one. So I was saving up a lot of my extra money so I could get a new PC, and we bought it the week of my birthday last year.
Oh, he just hasn't put it in yet. I built mine in 2020, but I built it pretty. I mean, I've got
how many years do you think that'll last you? If you literally made no,
dude, I've got a 30 series NVIDIA in here. It's going to last a little bit. I'm probably going to upgrade it to a 3080 Ti when the 5000 series comes out, because the 3080s are going to fall through the floor on price, and the 3080 Ti is still a great fucking video card. But I'm actually looking at a new case tonight. I need a bigger case, and I need a better power supply than the one I currently have. There's a case I like the look of, but I want to see what the ratings are on it. Like the people.
Man, because I was literally just saving up money to get it, and I was like, you know what? I kind of wanted a PlayStation 5, and I was like, you know what? It's probably better right now just to get the PC, because I have a bunch of computer games that I can play that I bought on Steam, because my computer it can run certain games, but it can't run any of the newest shit. So I legit need a new PC to run anything new. It's in there. It's already bought. It's paid for. So I saved up enough money to have him help me get it, and he helped me get it. So hopefully he'll come over and put it all the way in my butt very, very soon. All right.
Why don't you just get in
check
yourself?
The private chat for your part of your list. That's your list, right? I wanted to make sure it's there.
1, 2, 3. Number 2. 5, 6. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I want to make sure it's all there. Okay.
Your mom's all there.
Well, I'm black. No?
I didn't know you were black. It's the first I've heard of it.
Mr. Reese says, coincidentally, I reread Gooding the Polymath and the Horseman. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. That's going to be hard, man. out of all the 3 books right now, that would be number. Oh fuck, that's hard, man. Because when we get to the end of the year, because Transformers Volume 3 is also coming out later this year. Depending on how I feel about Transformers Volume 3, the best books I've read so far have been The Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park. I'm saying books released this year. I'm saying books that I've just read so far in 2025. So The Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park. Green Lantern, Back in Action Volume 1, and the Transformers, Transport to Oblivion Volume 2. Those are the best books so far. Well, I don't know if anything's surpassing that. As far as like just collected editions. So this year, when it ends, I'll have a lot more books to talk about. Because last year, the best books that I read were Wolverine Deep Cut issue number 1, Wolverine Revenge issue number 1, Dean Cain All-American Lawman Volume 1, Transformers Robots in the Skies Volume 1. Yeah, those would be like my favorite books I read last year. People say Yaira, it's like, no, I love Jen and Sylvie, but no way. That wouldn't even be like top 20 if I was reading books that much. No,
there's. I'm hoping that they've got this new smaller format for the book. What I think it is.
Oh, he's rapping now. Sir, we can't hear you.
You can hear me. What I think it is they went with that new smaller format because they really needed to kind of finish the story. The first, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this book almost sounds like it's a 1.5, where I would like to see them just take this short second issue and the first issue and smash it together.
Yeah,
because that's what the first issue was missing.
Dude, it was so good. It's a little long, but if you like, but the thing is, the book is really long, but the action and it's so good. That's one of the best comic books I read last year. So good.
The art was good.
Yeah. It just was long. Like some of these indie books, I understand why they're longer because they're not going to be able to release them monthly, so they have to be a lot more, bigger. But goddamn, Gabe El-Taibin, who's the fucking. Yeah, he's the artist and writer on the book. Yeah, he did a great job. Can't wait to see the next book he puts out. He's going to be putting out.
Him, and they have a bunch of books coming from Big Man Comics. It looks like
he's doing the sci-fi one next. Empyrean of the something. Yeah,
just waiting to see him launch it, man. It's been a minute since it's been announced and everything else. So I'm just looking forward to seeing when they actually put it out.
Man, look at that hot buff guy, MSK. I heard he's hot, rich, and good looking. Oh, God. Really?
I don't think I've ever heard that before either.
My wife said that to me last night. She wanted to blow my back out.
Did? What's her name?
Holalila?
Yeah. Is she from Hungary or something? It's an interesting name.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What the fuck, man?
What'd you do?
I just froze for a second there. I opened Instagram.
I think StreamYard's being janky tonight, dude.
That's why I can't open any tabs. Because, if I play the VOD back on YouTube, it's fine. But on StreamYard, it's just, oh my goodness. I almost released some trash videos. Because on StreamYard, when I downloaded the VOD and I put it into my editor, it just looked janky as hell. But when I downloaded it from YouTube, it was fine.
MSK just froze up.
Me? No, I didn't. I think he's talking about himself. I think Savage Dad's internet is hating him tonight. Oh, I think I know why. Do you have any? Is your wife playing a stream?
My kids are in bed, bro.
No, is your wife playing a stream? If she's watching a stream, that would do it. The streams take up a lot.
Oh no, dude, I have gigabit internet.
Oh, okay, yeah. You forgot you're in Arizona. It's different, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought Arizona was for losers.
Real shit.
I thought if you live in Arizona, you're a communist.
I mean, not as much as California, but these days, yeah, it's not the greatest anymore. Certainly expensive as fuck. Just like California.
I think it's Dale Keown. No, not Dale Keown. That's Mandy Summers' punk bitch. Oh, Akeon. Akeon's the name.
Yes, Akeon.
Akeon is his name.
Oh my God, Mandy Summers. Talk about a name I thought all but forgotten. You don't even hear from her anymore or see her.
Thank God.
Oh yeah, no. Now if only what's her face didn't have a stream. The dog groomer pervert lady. She pops up every now and again. It's like, ugh, gross. Why are you here? Why are you're not a comic book creator. Please go away. I don't care about your opinions on shit.
All right, let's go. Time to have some fun. Also, if you do happen to freeze up during the video, I'll just have you re-say what you're going to say, and I'll just cut out the part where you stop. You think I'm going to do some quality? You think I'm going to do some quality content?
You froze up on me first the last time, and then the whole fucking thing froze. And then
you know what's crazy, man? Like, Katie did literally is what they claim Gothics is, but that's what Katie did is. Katie did literally is a fake piece of shit, fake comic book fan. She literally is not a comic book fan. She doesn't know nothing
she's
about
in anything.
comics.
She's just some. I just assumed that she probably made like $100 in a stream once because EVS's Dick Masterson sycophants rolled into her stream and super chatted her to say something bad about Eric, and now she can't. Just like EVS, except she's like the scraps of what EVS gets for Trashcast. And now she's super addicted to the attention. But hey, let them scream in their fucking retarded echo chamber. I don't traverse those realms. I mute nearly all of them. There was that one guy I didn't mute the other day that came through, and I was like, "How the fuck are you not muted? How are you even in here?"
Dude, man, I'll be honest here. I don't watch Ethan's what's it called? Shitcast anymore. I don't do it at all.
No, I don't.
It's like anytime you tune into it, you think like, it's gonna be different this time around. Eric July just lives rent free in that fat fucker's head. But
dude, he doesn't have anything else, like nothing. He's just going to
even just tonight from the world. He's doing it again tonight because you know how Eric said that one studio canceled all the projects they're supposed to work on the Rippaverse with, and then apparently Student of God, I posted a clip where Ethan claims he knows the owner of Glasshouse Studios for decades. He then emails the owner live on air to ask about the Rippaverse. He just so happens to find the email very quickly. I wouldn't put it past Ethan that he messaged those guys to not work with them. Come on, man.
Like, no, I would, if I was Eric, I would just sue Ethan into oblivion. Like,
because there's hours of streams.
Ethan may have that money from the he's gonna have to launch another campaign that the retards will go and pick up, but no, it's diminishing returns for all caps comics these days from what I've seen in their attempts. Like, people are just not willing to spend the money on crap that's never going to be there. It's just not going to be a thing. These aren't comics. They're literally Ethan finding another way for people to give him super chats. That's all they are. All it is, oh, support my campaign is the, hey, send me super chats, give me subs and fucking all that shit, memberships and shit like that. It's just, that's all it is. It isn't any different than anybody else grifting on YouTube, except Ethan's lying to his audience that they're ever going to get anything out of him. Like, at least the people who are just being like, hey, we'll read your super chat on air, actually just read the super chats on air. That's great. That's fine. That's absolutely perfect. You're giving the audience what they expect. Ethan is convincing them that if you give me this money, you're gonna there's a comic, it's gonna be super great. It's been 2 years since Cyberfrog 3 launched at this point?
Oh no, man. He did an oversized butthole hardcover edition of older Cyberfrog material. Oh wait, didn't he already do that like many years ago?
That's stuff that he can say, oh look, I put something out. It's like, you went and you sent something back to a fucking printer, to the printer to get redone.
How many variant covers does Cyberfrog have? Like, he has too many that I can fucking remember. He's just reprinting the same shit. Covers. He's just reprinting the same shit because he doesn't want to put in the work and effort to get the other stuff done. Like Rainbow the Brood,
he can't.
Russia 4 years. How many years is that? 2022.
It's almost 6 years or 5 years, dude.
Yeah, you're right. It's now exactly 5 years. If he doesn't do it this year, which is highly likely because he's just a fat piece of shit, it'll be 6 years actually.
It's not coming out, dude. It isn't a real thing. He'll have pied himself off of the planet before that happens. And Cyberfrog 3, he doesn't even talk about, dude. So we know that's never going to be a thing.
Yeah, Trump
that
covers.
Was the last one that he put up. Lord. Yeah, Trump covers and this other bullshit. But at least, like, but there, like Graham Nolan did a Trump cover, and I expect to get Escape from Monster Island sometime soon. I think it actually came back from the printer. Like, seriously, that one hasn't even been going that long. It's like, cool, perfect, fine. You know what? He does a campaign, and you get books from it. I
think Mike Barron's the best. Does Mike Barron ever claim he's CG?
I think he still associates or did associate with Ethan, or doesn't.
I don't think he calls himself Comicsgate, but he would to me be the best one out of all of them because he gets books done on time. He has a website you can buy the books from. He ships them on time.
Yeah, you've just got to realize that there's people that were in the Comicsgate movement who are legitimate and there before Ethan, and then there's Ethan who hasn't ever really been Comicsgate. He just absconded with the name. That was it. That's all he did.
Before we go and do the videos really quickly, I just want to let you guys know this. Any Rippaverse content, as far as like anything pertaining to the comic books, let's just say that. Or maybe because it's all going to pertain to comic books anyway. So the last Rippaverse video that I did was based off of like the Rip Reveal showcase reaction that I did, which a lot of you guys liked, so thank you. But moving forward, as far as like Rippaverse content, if we're talking about the books specifically, that content will be on my comic book channel because, that's a better place to put that kind of content, actually. If we're talking about things like the next topic, then that's the content we'll have here. So anything that pertains to the books, as far as like reviews or ranking the books, that is going to be on the comic book channel. As far as like news regarding like studios canceling to work with the Rippaverse or detractor shit, that I'll leave to like regular videos I can just upload here because that's not gonna be that bad. But I'm pretty sure people would want to hear the actual comic book opinions about the company on the comic book channel. So yep, let's get right into it. Oh, fucking boring. No, I can't do that. I tried, everyone.
What did you try?
I tried dick in my ass, daddy. Oh.
You do like that.
Nah, I had vagina today. It tasted pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whoa. I'm hearing smoke detectors go off.
Oh, I'm inside you.
I'm hearing a gay man's voice in my head. Hated it.
Oh, I'm inside you, Tifa.
Okay. I think I'm turning into a insane man right now.
Probably. Oh, this chair's killing me. Oof.
Good God.
I already need a new desk chair.
Do you need a new butt plug?
I never had one of those before.
I
don't even know where you would get one.
The sex toy shop.
That's a very bad idea.
Hopefully they have them wrapped up. Get EVS
what
one.
What the hell's wrong with you guys?
You think
I'm not listening to your stupid classes.
Do you think EVS wears a butt plug?
I'm not listening to your stupid classes.
Oh, God. We know John Malin wears a butt plug.
Well, everybody knows that.
Oh, God. Katie takes it up the ass for Ethan. So you know she's wearing one. Fucking hell.
I'll go home and play video games.
Sounds better than being here.
Like gum?
Oh, God.
Like gum?
Or that one thing Katie said, she was like, I'm a clipper. I'm like, what the fuck?
She's a whatter?
Yeah, she said, I'm a clipper. That's what she does.
She does clips where? For who? Nobody fucking cares about her clips. She puts clips on her own channel of shit that nobody even watches.
All right, let's go. Hey, everyone. I am MSK, a.k.a. Master... Who's that? Who do you guys think I am? Hot, rich, and good looking. Okay. I was joking. That wasn't an intro at all. I never take L's at all. I am perfectly aligned with taking W's every day and sticking a butt plug in my ass and having my ex-girlfriend peg me. And that's just what we got to do in life. Fuck!
That's a very bad idea.
Yeah. My butthole will never unclench the more I think about
What the hell's wrong
EUS.
with you guys?
Oh, crazy. Oh, Eric July hired Gothics. It's crazy. I made a comment on the Rippaverse channel. I was like, did Eric transition? Certified banger.
Yeah.
No hairy shoulders or nothing. Okay. God, all jokes aside, let's fucking go. Hey, everyone. I am I am a big old black man. And
I'm not listening to your stupid classes.
I am entertaining everybody.
I'll go home and play video games.
I am black.
You're so dumb.
Oh, thank you. Okay. We'll be serious. I'm being serial, guys. Don't worry. Okay? Fuck.
Woo.
Mr. Reese, he doesn't get me. You get me. The episode where Plankton was so thirsty for a Krabby Patty.
It's always what happens.
I'm not gonna lie, SpongeBob is classic. I don't care. Remember the episode where SpongeBob was blowing Patrick? These motherfuckers are gay. Fucking straight homo.
I don't remember that episode.
Motherfucker was a homosexual. Oh my god. All right, so when you come back, we'll start. We'll be serious. What's going on here? What the heck? Lay's potato chips recall classified as a what the hell? No way that's real. Lay's potato chip recall classified at highest risk level consumption could cause death.
Fuck.
No way. Not the plain
Good thing I don't eat Lay's potato chips.
Oh, I do.
Where's that at, dude? Put that in the private chat. I'm gonna send that to the wife. We're gonna laugh.
Really? Okay, yeah, it's right here. You have a wife? What the hell? You can get those? Do you buy them? All right, let me see if there's any blacks outside.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, let's be serial here. Let's have some fun, guys.
Let's go. Let's do this.
I am gonna take it all up my ass. Emotional damage. Okay. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing our Rippaverse comic book ranking. So at the moment that we are recording this video, there have been only 6 comic books that the Rippaverse has actually publicized. So, wait a minute. Oh my god, I'm black! I'm going crazy. I said publicized. I meant to say published. Black people! Ooh.
Yeah! They're doing crack! Ah, man. People smoke crack, and you shouldn't do that.
I'm dead. I'm dead, everyone. Okay. I'm joking. I provide quality. Sabotage left me. All right. Hey, everyone. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing our Rippaverse comic book ranking. So the Rippaverse was founded by Eric July, who is a black man that I know to be my dad, and I would want him to rail me into my butt. Okay, I'm being serious now. Beep! Give me the Optimus!
No, fuck! No, Optimus, no, please! Fuck!
Oh, good question. No. I wanted things to be full-fledged books because it's... Oh, fair. I'll explain in the video, but I'm glad you put that in there, Mr. Reese. I'll have that in the video. Okay. I'll be honest here, guys. I'm good looking, hot, and rich. Savage Dad better be getting paid. I don't pay white people. Okay. I'll be honest here. I'm fucking white. Okay. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing our Rippaverse comic book ranking. So, as you guys already know, the Rippaverse was founded by Eric July, and the company actually put out its first comic book in 2022. And at the time of us doing this Rippaverse comic book ranking, the Rippaverse has published 6 total comic books with the addition of 2 Rippazines. So there are 2 things I'm going to mention before we actually go over our list. So the Rippazines, the reason why they are not eligible for this ranking is because they are not actually full-fledged Rippaverse comic books. They are 13-page short stories that were originally put in Rippazines to try and test the waters out for new characters. That way, Eric July could basically see if the character actually had some legs and if people actually were going to end up enjoying that character in a smaller format to see later on if this character is worthy of getting basically either a limited series or an ongoing series. So the reason why the Rippazine characters would not be eligible for the list is because I feel like them having such a short story would be unfair to the characters that had the larger stories in the comic books, because it's much more harder to kind of judge how a character would be in a short form story versus the character that had a longer form story, such as like Isom, Alpha Core, Horseman, Goody, and Yaira, obviously. So that's why the Rippazine characters are not eligible for the list. It's just too short of a format between both comic books to kind of compare them. The other thing that I want to let you guys know in that for this video is that anything that is going to be moving forward with the Rippaverse content on the channel. So Rippaverse comic books, as far as like content, as far as that, oh my god,
I'm partner number 1 and you're partner number 2. That's the deal, right? I'm number 1 and you are...
Oh my god, I just heard the story. This is breaking news. I'm black. Okay. Okay. The god of L's. Yes, okay. I had everyone going there for a moment. I'm the April Fool's king. I am the best. I am white. Master L King. Okay. We don't have much time. We've been entertaining the whole audience tonight. Basically, you can call me the Black Kino Casino, honestly. You can call me Ashton if he was black. Could you imagine Ashton with black?
You're black?
Fuck, you're right.
First I heard of it.
Damn. Okay. Let's go. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing our Rippaverse comic book ranking. So, at this current moment in time, when we are doing this video, the Rippaverse has published 6 comic books in total. And I told you guys that after I had read and reviewed The Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park, we were going to be doing a Rippaverse comic book ranking before Blood Ruth number 1. So Eric July put out Isom number 1 in 2022. Isom number 1 went on to make over $3.7 million, thus kicking off the Rippaverse comic book company, and he has been insanely successful ever since 2022. And there are more books coming out in 2025 on a more regular, consistent basis. Because if you were here from the beginning, like we were with the Rippaverse, books were coming out once a year. And Eric July obviously realized that's not going to be a sustainable format for the business. So he decided to finally start pushing out more books on a more consistent basis. So there's two more things I want to say before we actually do the ranking. Number one is anything to do with Rippaverse content. So in any future videos I do on this channel, it'll be based around Rippaverse as far as like detractors saying something stupid or anything that goes along with the lines of like, you know, any other Rippaverse announcements, okay? So I could basically compile that all together, kind of like when I talked to Renown 00 in that collab video we did. That's the Rippaverse content we are going to be doing on the channel when we ever do it. Anything to do with the comic books are going to be on my comic book channel. So you guys are going to watch this video on my comic book channel, which is Master Swagking Comics and Manga. So anything to do with the comic books are going to be on my comic book channel as far as like rankings or reviews. That's where you will find that content. Number three, the Rippazine books. So people have asked me, even in the Rippaverse Facebook group, they asked me, are the Rippazine characters eligible for the list? No. Main reason why is because it's very unfair to kind of lump them in with the books released because they were essentially 13 to 16 short comic book stories. And I don't think that's good enough to judge for characters that have had like 90 to 100 page stories. Obviously, it's much more easier to kind of judge a character in a short form versus a longer form. And I wanted to see basically how I would rank them if they had their own comic book. So later on this year, we're going to get Sersha, we're going to get Salvage, which is a book that I'm looking forward to. Salvage PI was great. I read it in Rippaverse #1. I thought it was great, but that does not mean that it would do very well in as far as like maybe in a long form story, right? I don't know. So that's why the Rippaverse comic books here are the ones that have been published that are fully completed stories so far. Rippazine characters are more like Eric July testing the waters to see if people actually would like this idea before he gives the character a full-fledged book, you know? And then obviously we saw that people did like them, so that's why they're getting full books now. So it's just, you can't really compare a 13 to 16, you know, comic book story versus like a 90-page one that has for the other characters released. So the other thing, the very last thing I'll mention is just because someone's book is lower or higher than another person does not mean we do not like that person. This is purely just judging the books off of however we feel about the books, like I do for any comic book. It's no different here. I'm not trying to get brownie points from people. I'm not trying to get sympathy. I am just here to just talk about what I liked in the books and what I liked in the other ones versus what I disliked in the other ones. And you guys kind of get my drift. All right. So since Savage Dad is doing this with me, I'm going to have, do you want to do it like slowly or yeah, let's do it slowly. Let's start with number 6. Okay. Let's do yours.
Do it
Yes,
slowly. My number 6 was Isom #1. And I think that's naturally where it's going to be. It's the first book. There were no lessons to learn. This is just him going in raw and saying, here I am. I'm putting a book out. This is what I got.
Yeah.
And seeing where it goes. And it did really well for him because he had managed to cultivate a fan base over a number of years, really, being able to express his interest in comics, what he thought was wrong with comics and everything else. And, you know, I think he did a very good job of that. People really respected what he had to say, and he grew a fan base out of it. And, you know, here you are, you know. So, I mean, it makes all the sense in the world that the book did that well. But there were problems with the art. There were problems with the villain. There were problems with the story. Like, we didn't get a lot of time with the villain. You didn't get to really understand the motivations correctly, you know. And this is the thing, though, like you can't write the book off just because it's not perfect on go. You got to, you know, if you don't understand the context of it, like if you just picked the book up off of a shelf and read it and had nothing else about it, you know, it was like, okay, this isn't bad. This is, you know, just a story. Let's see where it goes. And, you know, that's what I don't think a lot of people were really paying attention to in the we're going to bitch about everything about it realm of the Rippaverse, unfortunately.
Okay.
So,
any other reasons why you'd have it as the lowest book?
Just because that was kind of the starting point. Everything after that corrected the problems that you found in the first issue. It was a clear direction that he was trying to get better at it and trying to make the company better at it. So you could see that they were going in a proper direction. I mean, even in the first issue that you could, but as we move up and down the list here some more, you'll see that more and more they were trying to get to a better space with it, I think.
All right. My number 6 pick is actually, and keep in mind, I love these ladies. I love Jen and Sylvie. I think they're amazing. They're such awesome ladies, hot, good looking. You know, if they ever let me take them on a date, you know, why have one sister when you can have the other one? Yaira number 1 is got to be me, the number 6 book. Oh God. So the reason why I have Yaira number 1 as my number 6 book is because when I was reading this, it was so structured in a way where it was not hitting all the notes for me. And I'll explain why. So do you guys know how like you read a comic book and like the structure kind of hits at a single point where you're getting out of the character what you need to get out of the character at various moments later on in the book? I felt like in the book, they were trying so many different things that it ended up just being this collage of a mess that kind of worked out on the Stefania thing. Toward the end, the Stefania thing did kind of work out. But to get to that, it was like, okay, the villains were pretty bad. Like the villains were awful. The story pacing was very long. It was really drawn out. The action was good. The art is good. But as far as like a narrative flowing story where I was trying to like keep up the pace with it, the character interactions, I felt like it was the weakest book out of all of them so far.
Yeah.
It was just not hitting for me. I was reading it and I was going like, damn, is this over? Like I legit, I swear to God, you guys, I was in my living room and I was reading it and I was like, man, this is long and just drawn out. Like the backstory is cool. The backstory with how she came to Earth, which isn't even revealed in the book, you can kind of tell where she came from to a certain extent if you use your imagination. The stuff with Atlantis came at the very end of the book, like she fell in the water and then she has her suit. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Like, what the hell? But yeah, for me, Yara number 1 it's got to be the last book. And I love Jen and Sylvie. I do. I hope Bloodworth number 1 is way better than Yara number 1. And I hope Yara number 2 is better than Yara number 1. But Yara number 1, I just couldn't do it, man. It was just a slog to get through. And it was, I didn't even care. Like, Yaira herself was beautiful. I think the character looks fantastic. But I felt like she didn't have enough time to really show me why she's the way she is. You know? Like, in Icom, you can feel like I understand why he's like this to a certain degree, even if it's the first book. But with Yaira, I never really got the reason why I should like this character, even if she's an anti-hero. She's supposed to be like Vegeta, supposed to be like something like that. Well, I didn't get that feeling at all. Like, why should I like this lady? Also, you know what's worse in the narrative flowing with Yaira? So Stefania is like her great ancestor because she's been on the Earth for like millions of years, like hundreds of years, right? How are they going to tie? I felt like that's a really hard connection to make. Like, why should Stefania care for her? This person is so far removed from her in terms of literal generations.
Yeah,
that it's hard. It's gonna be really hard to make that work. So yeah, that's why I have Yara number 1 as my number 6 book. What's your 5th book?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was kind of, you know, where Yaira ended up at number 2 for me because
You mean number 5?
Or number 5, sorry. I'm talking about yes, number 5, I'm going 6,
Yeah,
5. Yeah. But it ended up there for me simply because I felt like the art was on point.
Yeah,
the art was
carried it.
great. Yeah, the art carried it very well. It was very refined. It was very interesting and engaging. And, you know, I enjoyed the hell out of the art they had in it. So that was what made it good for me. And like, not that the art in Isom was bad. Again, where the story lacked, the art picked up for it. And the same kind of could be said for Yaira. The biggest problem I had with it was the villains were very repetitive, and you never really got to understand your antagonist's motivations or your protagonist's motivations to some extent. I mean, you understood her history and her past, but you didn't, you know, just knowing more about why these villains are after her would have helped in the book. You didn't really get anything. It's like, you know what you did, and
Yeah,
all this stuff. And it's like,
it felt like an Image comic Jim Lee book where the art is fantastic, but the writing just doesn't make the art pop off. You know, the writing, the art can only do so much. Yeah,
I think they should have been like the multiple encounters that they had with the villains in the book should have built on something as opposed to
what was the line that kept saying?
You meet him,
you know what you did. We're taking you back to face justice. Like,
yeah, something like that. Okay, well, like give us a flashback to a little bit of what she did. Something like her, like Yaira's flashbacks were good and important to the development of the character
at the very end of the story.
But as far as the story is concerned, show us something even at the end about what actually went down. Like that's what's key, because we don't understand these villains' motivations at all. They're just there. They're dudes. They're pissed, and it's like, okay.
Well, we've seen that 1,000 times, like Saiyans, Viltrumites.
Yeah, we need a little something more than that. Just give us something about the villains. That was one of the bigger problems I had. Whereas, like the multiple times you run into the villains, the first time could have been an introduction and set up for maybe the next go round. The next go round, you get a little more in depth into what's happening there, why they're there. You know, and instead it's just more of the same. They're after her. They're after her, her DNA line or whatever. Like, and it's just like,
oh, I wouldn't want to be inside of her line.
Yeah.
No, bad joke. God damn. Hey, at least in Yara number 2, the Sasuke sisters gave me that bikini cover, or at least the image where she's going to be bikini. Man, I would love to put my face in Yara's ass. So, for me, my 5th book, right? Yeah, my 5th book is actually going to be ISOM number 2. Okay, so I'm not saying this book is bad. It's not. And to be fair, I'm saying with all these books, I don't believe they released a truly awful book yet. Even when we're going to talk about the rest of the books too, I don't think they've released some absolute unredeemable garbage, you know? So ISO number 5, fucking hell. No. Sorry, I'm joking, guys. ISO number 2, my number 5 pick, is because I feel like everything that was kind of set in ISO number 1, I liked what I got. As far as like a street level story, as far as like understanding how the world was kind of working in this like really cool, mysterious way. I actually, be honest, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. But in ISO number 2, it took a different turn. So like, I didn't think Gooding was all that interesting. He was the tech guy. He was kind of cool to a certain extent. I'm saying he's not interesting. He's cool. He's a cool character. But as far as character I care about, not really feeling that too much. Bloodroot was not all that interesting, if I'm being honest here. And then it took this jump from being a street level kind of thing that I liked to being this like kind of interdimensional battle with demon monkeys. You know, it's not a bad book. It's just I was not ready for that jump yet. I actually liked what I got in the first book actually a lot, which might be an unpopular opinion. But I feel like ISO number 2, you're battling with like what ISO was trying to deal with from the first book, and it kind of just like gets washed away to a certain extent. Like you kind of find out, okay, why ISOM quit. That was the main tagline of ISO number 2, what Eric Job was selling us. But in ISO number 2 is like when you finally got to see his backstory, it's like, okay, so if Chadron did this to him, and he quit, and it you know, it kind of makes sense to a certain degree. It's like I kind of would have wanted to see what his life was like when he quit. You know, like what did he do when there was a civilian that would be in trouble because he quit? Easy to get to watch civilians like get hurt, but he wouldn't do that because he obviously quit and he moved out of town, out of Flores Park to go live on the farm or whatever, or work on the farm or whatever. So yeah, like I didn't hate ISO number 2. I think it's fine, but as far as like a narrative structure versus like what I was expecting out of it versus like the backstory, it was okay. You know, it's entertaining at certain parts. Also the power structure, you know, I feel like if we're going to be at ISO number 2 and he's fighting like devilings or whatever they're called, or hellings, like moving on forward into ISO number 3, we should probably kind of see where his power set is at now, you know, like how strong is this character? Because if this guy is going to be the flagship character of the universe, I think he should be a little bit stronger. You know, there's no reason why Brian Solari and Yaira should be a lot stronger than him. They should be almost all on the same tier, in my opinion. But That's just how I feel about ISO number 2. It's just the Chadron stuff really threw me off. Like, I want to know more about what he did after he quit. Like, he's going to just glance over that. Maybe he gets touched in ISO number 3. Yeah. I don't know yet. That book hasn't been released yet when we're doing this video. So what is your number 4th pick?
Number 4? Let's see.
You have ISO number 2.
Yeah, I have ISO number 2 as well in 5th place.
No, you're just 4. You had Yaira at 5.
Oh yeah, Yes, at 4. Yeah, ISO number 2 is in 4th place. But
why are you so old?
Why are you so old?
And good looking?
Nobody said that. But the reason I had it kind of there is that, like I said before, it built on a lot of what one started out with. The issues I had with it, though, were kind of similar to yours. Like, the inclusion of Bloodruth was odd, and it was the problem I had with the first issue as well. It's like he was trying too hard to introduce too many.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. He's still here. But yeah, as far as like, Yaira number 1, I do truly feel like Brian Solari kind of carried a lot of it for her. But yeah, you cut out right there. What did you say? Yeah,
no, I was saying that like Eric July was just introducing too many characters, man. Like, at least in ISOM 1, they were like Norfolka and some of the others were a little more to the end of the book. So it didn't disjoint it so much. But it's like, dude, if you want to introduce Bloodroot, that's fine. But like, give her, 2-3 pages at the end of the book like you did Norfolka. Because you didn't bring those characters back up again. And then for whatever reason, Bloodroot got pushed really quickly into existence. I'm assuming because the Saskas were there and willing to work on it. But it's like, I wasn't that interested in it. And then the whole book, the whole second half of the book is basically, here's
it's almost a different plot. Yeah. It's like, it's a different plot compared to like the first book, even though it's kind of his first time, there's a lot more consistency in the structure of the story that he's telling. With number 2, it feels like he had to like push the story to a different level, or I feel like he had to take that big jump, and that big jump is just jarring because you have the Chadron stuff, then you have the Devil Link stuff, then you have Bloodruth and Goodying, then you have the stuff with his sister, and it's like it gets jumbled. I'm sorry, it just gets a little jumbled when you're introducing that many elements at a time. It'll
be interesting to see how he finishes ISOM 3 out and ties it all together. I don't know. We're gonna see where that one goes. But yeah, it felt to me like it should have been a book more focused on ISOM.
Yeah, that's what I was
in both of them. What he should have done is had like an 80-page giant intro to the Rippaverse. Here's some characters that I've got out here, and I'm gonna kind of set them up a little bit. You give them, I don't know, hell, even 5 pages a character, 10 pages a character, and go. I mean,
all right. My number 4th pick is actually ISOM number 1. So I know a lot of you are going to be like, "What the hell are you smoking, MSK? That's an unpopular opinion." I'm fine with doing it. I'm fine with it being an unpopular opinion. I will say these are the reasons why I liked it. So I felt like for the first intro into the book, it actually set up Flores Park in a really interesting way. It felt like it was setting it up in this kind of like, I won't say Gotham. That's a strong word. It felt like it was setting up to be this like dirty. It's like a clean cut city on the surface, but in the nighttime it was going to be something different. So a lot of the moments that I liked in the book. So first moment, because everyone said, "What's your favorite part of ISOM?" I'll tell you my favorite part. My favorite part of the book actually is when he gets his suit at the very end. When he needs his suit. Oh man, that part is so wholesome, man. He's like, "Does it still fit?" Awesome. I love the part of ISOM number 1 where he got his suit at the end part of the book. I actually think the introduction of Yaira and Alpha Core was pretty good when you gave him that amount of time. I like the wholesome moments that he had with his sister. I like the wholesome moment he had with his niece. I enjoyed the moments of interaction between him and Darian Fontano. Darian Fontano, to me, is the best villain in the Rippaverse, like by far. You know what's crazy? Eric July created his best villain in his first book. Darian Fontano is the best villain in the Rippaverse by far so far. I can't wait to see that outcome in ISOM number 3, what he's going to do. So I really like Darian Fontano, and I like the whole, like, okay, the people kind of meme on the bouncer thing. It's kind of funny. Where the bouncer, like, threw him out, and then he beat him up, and he got his rematch toward the very end. I actually Really, really enjoyed that. And I did like where like you could kind of tell that Darren Fontano was this like Lex Luthor guy to the point where he was mad at what Isom did to him and his main guy to the point where he was going to put a hit out on Isom, like, hey, everyone needs to be on the lookout for this guy. But then, as you guys know, on Isom number 2, you didn't really get any of that. You got a different story set there. So yeah, I actually really liked everything he set up in Isom number 1. What I felt like it lacked was you needed a little bit more in certain moments. Like you needed that, not like an eye candy moment. You needed a moment to really solidify why should you root for Isom, because that's the biggest problem with the Isom books. It's like after you read them, you kind of find yourself going, why should I kind of root for this guy if he's the main hero of the story? You know, he's the main flagship character. So in my opinion, whoever your main flagship character is should be signifying to people, why should you like that character? I don't know why I should like this guy, but I don't hate him. You see my point there? I want to see him succeed later on. And I liked what I got in Isom number 1. I thought it was fine. It was like Isom number 2 that was the jarring one. You know, I get people think they're flipped. They're probably like 1A, 1B. There's probably pros and cons. But I do think the narrative structure of it is flowed a lot better to me. Because I feel like in Isom number 2, the structure was like all over the place for a little bit. But I feel like in the first book, he kind of nailed it down perfectly. So, you know, I guess it's just tomato, all that kind of thing. Your turn. What is your number 3 pick?
My number 3 pick was Alpha Core. I appreciated the story from Chuck Dixon. I really enjoyed kind of the team. I wish it would have been a little more than just kind of like Brian Solari featuring Alpha Core a little bit. It's kind of what it felt like. It was mostly him. You didn't get to know the other characters as much. And, you know, you've seen, especially in the last few books, some changes to the team. So there's going to be like Yaira's ancestors now joining the team. But so it'll be interesting to see what they do in book 2. But it was like, okay, you know, who is Braxton? Who's the rest of these guys? The thing I had the biggest problem with in the book is the number of different inkers they had working through it. So certain pages in the book, like, may have been drawn by Joe Bennett, but the way they were inked was so different that it was a little disjointed and distracting. Like, this is way different art. Like it was probably up to that point some of the best villains they'd had in any of the other books so far. You got like, and just like interesting looking, like the flaming rock dude was really cool. I want to see more of that. Like the hillbilly hitman, like mutant guys or whatever you call them, accepts was interesting. You've definitely could see that there's some like dark group of people working in the background to do shit. So that was pretty cool. The action scenes were good. This whole story flowed very well, very smoothly. You understand the villain's motivations as much as you can. There's nothing kind of hidden behind the wall there. You understand the characters' motivations and everything else. You get to see some of the interactions with other people like Yaira, and it's like, okay, so this, you know, this is good. This is what
at the moment when it was released. I would say it was the best book at the moment in time where you got all three of them. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So definitely. For me, my third pick is Gooding the Polymath. I enjoyed it. Mike Barron, he did, in my opinion, the best thing you could have did for a character like Gooding. And my only real criticism of it, I just don't care for the guy. You know, that's really my only actual criticism of the book. Splatterpuss, despite it being a stupid name, but most comic book characters' names are kind of stupid if we're really being honest here. Splatterpuss actually was crazy. That was honestly another good villain Mike Barron actually did. Because up to the point where you had Darren Fontano up to Splatterpuss, there was like no good villains at all. Like, I like Lillian. I think she's cool, but Lillian should have been the only real true villain of Alpha Core number 1. Like, that other guy she has, Michael, is just complete trash. Honestly, he's garbage, honestly. Gooding, what I also enjoyed about it was Mike Barron did a thing where he didn't progress the story forward with Gooding. He gave you a backstory that kind of showed you why he's as smart as he is. And you had the bully going on one story arc, and then you had Gooding going on one story arc. They ended up colliding, and it flowed in a cohesive, nice structure where you got enough time with both, stories playing off of each other. It collided and it ended pretty fine. It's probably the most consistent book in the company so far as like writing has been done. It really came together toward the end of the book. My only real criticism of it is I just don't like this character. I just could care less for Gideon. But Mike Barron did the best job he could and came out way better than I thought. Honestly, this is one of the best books they put out so far. So him getting another book don't surprise me. But please give this guy powers. Mike Barron, please give him powers. He would be way more interesting if he had powers. But yeah, what is your second pick?
My second pick was actually also Good Ying. I really enjoyed what he did with the character. Or no, sorry, I'm wrong. Sorry. My first pick was Good Ying. We'll get to that, but no. The Horseman was my second pick. Sorry, I messed up my list there. I was reading the wrong direction.
Oh,
yeah, The Horseman. I really enjoyed the shit out of that. That was a real street level story. Like you thought you were getting a street level story with Isom. Horseman was definitely a street level story. He was similar in kind of motivations and application to the Punisher. So he is ostensibly like the Rippaverse's answer for the Punisher or Casey Jones or however you want to do it. He's a real anti-hero, like a real anti-hero. You get to see that he's not exactly doing things the way anybody likes. You get to see that kind of interaction he had with Alpha Core there at the end. Also, another thing that it did is give us probably the best villains so far. I mean, this is the thing that you can definitely tell that Eric has heard the criticism on and worked with the writers to make sure that, we're going to get better villains. And I'm not saying, and that's that. I mean, one of the bigger problems I had with Yaira is that I didn't know if the villains were better or worse. I just didn't know anything about them other than they're just there to take her back. It's like, okay, like, why are you the villains exactly? Or are they? I mean, is Yaira the villain? The fuck knows at the end of the day. That's the thing. It left a lot more questions and you left you feeling a lot more distant. Meanwhile, like the other thing about the Horseman is that was a complete story from top to bottom. It was Chuck Dixon's introduction.
It was essentially supposed to be like a Ripazine character brought to life in a one shot to see if the money was there. People wanted that, and then the money was there.
And if there'd be interest in it, like Eric wanted to see, but it's also Chuck wanted to do that. Chuck was already talking about the book probably before they were discussing Ripazine.
Yeah.
In all honesty. So Chuck had already brought that book up on his own streams before in the character's development. So there had already been some work on it and probably some agreements made. It got a one shot and it did well.
Yeah.
And it was a good, complete story from top to bottom with villains, 3 acts, the whole thing. It was great.
Yeah. For me,
give me the Horseman Welcome to Floor Spark animated movie any day now, guys. Let's go.
I think that's weird. It's like the first thing animated is going to be from the Horseman. I mean, wouldn't you want to launch something animated off from the universe with Isom first? But then again, Isom had its story structure issues when you go off like issues 1 to 2. So my second pick is Alpha Core number 1. So I'm pretty sure you guys already can guess what my number 1 book is. Alpha Core number 1 was really good. It flowed perfectly fine. My only real criticism of it was that I just didn't care for Michael. Lillian should have been the main villain in the book. I think she's just the better character by far. I don't know how Sylvie's going to make Michael interesting. I have no idea. That's why they have to do backstories, because they have to kind of work on the future of some of these characters. Lillian should have been the main villain. And outside of that, the other criticism I had when we reviewed it with Vagabond and Anti-Liberal was it never really felt like they were a trio, because we were kind of billed in the hype they were going to be a trio. It felt like Alpha Duo. It mostly felt like you got Brian and Ingrid in the whole book. It was fine. They weren't bad. They did a great job. But if it's Alpha Core, I kind of want them together more.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm reading a Teen Titans book, I want the Titans together fighting most of the time. I don't always want to see 2 people going at it on one villain, But the art was really good. I think the story flowed perfectly fine. The action's great. You have that great moment. Well, Eric always does the one where Brian's flying the bank robbery guy in the sky. No, the best art in Alpha Core #1 is the one where Brian is fighting that magma flame guy when he's flying to him. That's the best part of Alpha Core. I think the part where you have that one city cop, he sacrifices himself to stop that base that was flying at Flores Park. That was great. Honestly, it was a great book from top to bottom. I think outside of those few issues, there's no reason why it shouldn't be my number 2 pick. Chuck Dixon, you could tell he's definitely a comic book industry veteran. The writing was clear cut. You understood what was happening in the story. And yeah, you got an action-packed arc from beginning to end. So yeah, Alpha Core, that's my number 2 pick. So your number 1 is actually Gooding the Polymath. That's definitely not going to be number 1 on a lot of people's list. I think you're the only person I know that has Gooding number 1.
Oh, dude, I really liked what Mike Barron did with the character. He wasn't given a lot, I think, to go with, other than the rough outline of what Eric probably had when he introduced the character in Isom 2. But I think he made a lot out of it. He made a good backstory for the character. Mm-hmm. He fleshed him out through the early parts of his life. His when he became a young man, when he became an adult, he fleshed out who this guy was and why he was. So you got to understand the character from top to bottom. And this is one of those things that you're missing from many of the characters kind of in the Rippaverse is an understanding of their motivations. And you got to understand where Good Ying was coming from, but also you got to understand its villain. This was the first time the Rippaverse got a villain really right and really hit home with a good villain that fit the hero well. The biggest problem I frankly had with the book was that it was too short. I needed more time.
Oh, you wanted more.
I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that final battle was so short-lived.
No, it was crazy. Because remember, it was supposed to prove mind over bronze. Because remember, that's how he beat him in the first part of the book. I feel like it all came together if you're looking at it just from how he set it up in the past.
No, I mean, yeah,
but I get your point. It was this kind of anticlimactic. If you're looking at the end, if you're looking for a big battle,
that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for look, they both leveled up. We're gonna see some more shit go down between these guys. It was easier because the kid was a dumb bully, and Good Ying was a smart guy who figured it out. And I mean, that's what it was again. But bro's got powers and military training now. But Good Ying just nukes him from go. It's okay, and I could get that happening and that sense of way that works. It'll be interesting to see them put him up against villains that are maybe more challenging, or maybe this guy comes back in a different way with a different kind of tactic. So, by no means is my one fault with the book that, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. I wanted to read more of it. I think there's the character can have a really good kind of personality to him. Is very.
If they made him like a Tony Stark character where he
that's
can
kind of
level up
what
all
they're
his
going
inventions,
with.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're going to go towards. They're going to do something more like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out. But yeah, that was, definitely my favorite book so far. But like I said, that and The Horseman, and that's the other thing about Good Ying. Good Ying was also a complete story. You got a beginning, you got a middle, you got an end. You got the characters fleshed out from top to bottom. You understood their motivations from the protagonist side and the antagonist side. You understood where everything was coming from, and you weren't confused. And at the end of the story, you were left interested to see more. And I think that's a great way. I mean, all of these books, I feel like, should have been that. If you don't do an 80-page giant to introduce them, even Isom, I think Isom would have hit so much better if he got one story like this where you understood a lot about him from go. You get the motivations, you get everything else. There's a lot of these things, the Blood Ruth chunk of story and the other stuff they added in #1, cut that down and slap Isom 1 and 2 together in one book, bro, and you've got something a bit more solid to go from.
All right. For me, pretty sure it's no surprise. My favorite comic book release from the Rippaverse so far, before Blood Ruth #1 and the books that are coming out in 2025, is The Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park. written by Chuck Dixon, and art by Joe Bennett. Best Rippaverse comic book by far. Oh my God. I was super hyped about the book when they announced it because I love me some street level heroes. As you guys know, favorite heroes are like Batman and Nightwing, obviously. In the book, Hector, awesome vigilante character, doesn't hold back, actually killing people. The story setup is so good to the point where he gets into some trouble early on. Then he moves his family only to kind of show that he's not perfect, you know, where he gets kind of caught in a thing he's doing to have detectives that are corrupt basically kind of use him to do heists so they can make money off of him. You have the story building up in the background with Tuna, and he's kind of wondering like, okay, who's this guy kind of coming on my turf, taking all my money? But in reality, the detectives that he hired to find this guy, they're kind of in with Hector there. Hector has to battle like, okay, I don't want to tell my sister, I don't want to tell my sister that I'm doing this because she thinks I'm doing an honest 9 to 5. Man, the action is so good in the book. Well, when he was just mauling through most of the villains, I really think Chuck Dixon has, honestly, in my opinion, wrote the best books as far as like not just a 3-act structure. The story flowed kind of like an episode of Batman the Animated Series, a beginning, middle, and end, where it wrapped up everything just super nicely with how you wanted the story to end. And then you got to the end of the book where you really got to see like how smart he really was for just being a street level hero, where he lured the villains in, and then it showed he was still mortal. He essentially kind of lost to the villains, and then you had Alpha Core save him. And then at the end of the book, he was like, you know what? I'll just stop being Horseman for now. Honestly, man, I enjoyed reading the Horseman so much. Man, action, pacing, dialogue, fucking stakes, all that stuff. Because then based off his line of work, you were kind of feeling like, oh my God, are these detectives going to find out that he has a family? Like, that's kind of fucked up. And then it got so bad to the point where like he had to even send them away because he didn't know what was going to happen, honestly. You know, I think my only real issue, shouldn't have killed off Tuna. You could have had that guy around as like a Penguin level character for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy because they finally start getting good villains with Gooding and Horseman, and then they just kill them all. No, Eric, no, keep them around. Those you got to keep. So I also, this is not a knock on the Horseman. I wouldn't waste powers like magnetism on a character like that in the book. He should have had a different power. I'm not saying that that's a critique, but I don't want huge powers like magnetism or electricity wasted on certain characters. That should be for like big heroes, big villains to have those powers, you know? So yeah, outside of that, I thought it was a great street. It was basically like a street level hero story, like what Isom was trying to be, but just way better. Honestly, it was so damn good. I really enjoyed reading Horseman. Can't wait to get a Horseman #1 after that. So yeah, that's my #1 pick. I think the Horseman is the best book by far. Hopefully something beats it sometime soon. So yeah. Anything else you want to say as far as closing thoughts and opinions on your list? Anything that you want to bring up that you didn't mention when we went over the list?
No, nothing particularly on that. I just, like I said before, I need to actually go pick up Gyra #2 soon. I've already got Blood Ruth on order. I don't know that I'm going to be like, she's probably the character I'm least interested in.
Yeah.
But I want to see what the Saskas can do with a different character.
It's 56 pages this time outside of being 100. So maybe the shorter format will help the character better. Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking is like for Gyra 2, we actually get all of the bits and pieces that we kind of were nitpicking of like, there's so much left out of what the hell the antagonists are even there for. Like, I need to know more about that and like the rest of who she is. Now, I don't think they needed to cut down to 56 pages and rush it through, but it will be nice to hopefully get something a little more definitive around the what and the why of the villains. And as far as like Blood Ruth, I just wanted to see if the Saskas, if it's a little different than the way Gyra went down.
Maybe that'll be more in their element because Gyra, Blood Ruth #1 is going to be a full horror book. I would assume if they're horror, because they are horror related directors and people, they really like horror movies. I hope that genre being with that character can really elevate the book. Because, to be honest here, they would have to really get me interested in Blood Ruth because she's not an interesting character at all. She's just
Yeah.
Meh. I just don't know how to feel. It's just
She's
same
a
with
blood
Goody.
witch.
It's just
She's
just black and a mocha frappe. All right. As for me, yeah, can't wait to read and review Blood Ruth number 1 coming up very soon, and Yaira number 2. At the time of us recording this video, we have the Great War of Separation also going on pre-order for the new collection format that Eric July has been running ever since getting the Polymath when the new website launched. So yeah, overall, I hope the Rippaverse just constantly keeps getting better and better. I know the books can get better and better. He's hiring and is now doing, more books a year. The talent coming on definitely has improved the books, getting Chuck Dixon, Joe Bennett, Mike Barron. What's the guy's name? Will Conrad? That's his name, who did the art on Good Ink. The black guy, Kanan White. Kanan White's done some awesome stuff there. The Rippazines have been good. As far as like Sersha and Salvage. So yeah, I just think the main issue the books need to fix moving forward is a structure, okay? Like the same stuff I brought up with Yaira. If you're going to do that structure, you need to do it the way Mike Barron did, where all of it kind of collides and makes sense toward the very end. If you do the same structure that Isa number 2, when Yaira number 1 went, it gets to be just kind of jumbled. It's not horrible. It's not bad, but it just feels kind of overloading on what you're trying to actually do as far as like, what is this book trying to achieve as far as like what later is going to come, So yeah. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're signing out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Wow. Okay. One more quick one, which is actually kind of big. That happened. This one won't be as long, so I'll be like literally like 15 minutes. You want to make love to me? Sabashad left me, guys. Is Blood Ruth black and you hate my black queens? No, she's like Rihanna skin tone. She's like a mocha frappe, essentially. I think he went to the bathroom. Be honest, you want to see what the hell? That WZ's kind of gay. I love the Viking stuff in Yaira's backstory. Yeah, that stuff was toward the very end of the book. I thought was fine when you got to the end of it. But as far as like, the beginning part of it was just rough to get through, Hopefully that'll be cleared up in Yaira number 2. Actually, it was Will Conrad. I knew it was him. Yeah. Who else are they going to hire coming up? Because you have Will Conrad. Oh, Mark Evans. Is it Mark Evans who usually does the cover Ds? Mark Evans did a great job. Yeah, Mark Evans usually does the cover Ds where it's like the final. His art is great, honestly. It's so weird how people think they're AI. It's like, you guys are fucking weird. If that's AI to you, you fucking tripping.
They're not worth, like, nobody, no self-respecting comic book fan pays attention to any of EVS's dickheads. Like, nobody listens to a bunch of these sycophantic retards anyways, just themselves. And they all follow chomos and crackheads and piss porn creators. Like, who gives a shit what they have to say about somebody's morals or values when they literally don't have any at all? Like, yeah, I can't figure out where that one comes from. No bikini cover, bro. I don't see any bikini covers here.
No. Not a bikini cover. It was a page in Yaira that I was asking.
In a bikini.
I was like, hey, can I get a freaking Yaira bikini cover? I didn't get that, but I did get her in a bikini in Yaira number 2. So at least I got that. Beggars can't be choosers. Fucking hell. Let me see if I can find it. I think I have it in the Rippaverse Facebook fans group. I think this is the one. Please be the one. Nope, that's a Donald Trump post that I made on Facebook, which, man, makes people go fucking crazy. Don't post about Trump on Facebook. People are fucking weird.
I don't have a Facebook, so
give me a moment. Hotter Rippaverse White Lady. That's what I put out. Found it. Here we go. It's the one that Eric put out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Blood Ruth. Oh no, you guys can have your black woman. Oh my god, I'll be leaking. Okay, cancel that. Yeah, it's the one he posted on X. This one. Man, her ass is juicy looking. Good lord. Student of God said she was old. I'm like, well, she's like, it's weird. She doesn't. I'd imagine she doesn't age like a normal human. She's an alien, so she's not really technically old. Maybe next week's gonna be fun for Trump fans. Hell yeah, deportations. Get them fucking criminals out of here. Selena Gomez.
Doing those, I think.
Selena Gomez was like, "Oh, I can't do it." Shut up, you fucking loser. What happened to all those trafficked kids that were gone? You didn't cry over them.
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't care about children being trafficked by sex perverts. I mean, she works with plenty of them in the movie industry. So
she's a child Disney star. Good lord, I've been following Selena Gomez forever.
Yep.
Man, I essentially grew up with her as she was rising to fame. Wizards of the Waverly Place, Ramona and Beezus. I remember her being in her own band. Oh, so much stuff. She got fisted by Justin Bieber a few times. All right. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are black and a monkey and a neck, whoa, I am perfect. Nope. Why am I hearing a smoke detector?
No, fuck. No.
Oh my god! Wow!
smoke.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, God. What did he say? What did he say? Swear to me. Okay, I'm joking, guys. I have to entertain you guys, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to entertain you and make love to your girlfriends as you guys watch. All right, okay. Hey, everyone. I am MSK, a.k.a. Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way, you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Rippaverse once again. So Eric July has been very, very successful with the Rippaverse ever since the Rippaverse comic book company published ISOM #1 all the way back in 2022. But given the fact that the comic book industry is full of some of the most jealous, envious, pathetic, worthless pieces of shit I have ever seen, we're at the point now where they will just like softly cancel you without even basically saying what the reason is or what you actually did. So Eric July has talked about that in 2025, we're going to be obviously, getting more books coming out. So obviously you're going to need more artists and writers and letterers and all that stuff to kind of speed up the production of the books actually. So he made a tweet yesterday talking about a comic book studio that kind of hires people to put them on projects. And he said there was a point where they canceled it because of some online controversies, and they actually never said what they were. Now, a lot of you guys are going to tell me it's EVS. I'm being honest here. Probably is EVS because he's a fat, worthless piece of shit. But then again, keep in mind, guys, EVS is not the only detractor Eric has right now. Like, he came in much later, for being honest here. There's previous detractors before that. It could literally be anybody. It could be Dick Masterson. It could be that actual fandom loser. It could be that organized chaos loser.
It's very likely all of them at the same time, dude.
Could be. It could be a coordinated cult. Let's call it a coup. They were trying to do that in Naruto where the Uchihas are trying to like take over the village. It could be that. It could be a whole giant coup with them in a Discord or a stream.
I think it's just a coordinated effort by multiple people. People that EVS knows to create tortious interference in Eric's business.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, remember EVS and Shane Davis were on a Trash Cast episode, the fucking worst podcast on YouTube, where he was talking about, we already contacted people that could have worked with Eric July, and we kind of why? Even if people were trying to say you did it, why would you ever say that? Oh, fucking good Lord. You just basically admitted to people that, hey, I'm trying to have people not work with this guy. What the hell? I guess being fat and worthless and not putting out a book in 4 years would definitely make you jealous and envious of a black man doing better.
5 years.
You're right, huh? Ramble the Brutes, kicking on 5 years. Holy fucking shit. So
you're never getting all those books, that's for sure. There were 3 books that was a part of as well. Like, and forget you Cyberfrog 3 purchasers. He doesn't even talk about the fact that the third chapter of his story isn't coming out. It'll have been a decade since the first book hit or longer, and you haven't got even a remotely complete story.
Eric July reveals comic studio cancels 15 Rippaverse projects because they became conscious of some controversies. Interesting. 1 sec. Also, this is JDA's Fandom Pulse. I know people don't like that guy, but, I had no other place to go for this article because no one else did it. So keep in mind. Also, what's really weird here is there's no writer. It just says written by Fandom Pulse. Guys, that's not a person. Fandom Pulse is the website name. I'm pretty sure potentially Student of God wrote this because he's the one that linked it, but it doesn't matter either way. I'm just saying, and I like Student of God. As a major problem for non-leftists trying to gain a foothold in entertainment, especially the comic book industry, is the pressure faced by talent who will refuse to work for anyone the establishment deems a threat. Eric July found this firsthand with his Rippaverse, as a studio has quit because of controversy associated with him. Eric July built a giant audience off of his pop culture commentary and music background, teaming up with The Blaze. He propelled his brand to new heights before ever starting the Rippaverse with his hit comic book, ISO #1, a comic that made millions and began an empire. He didn't rest on his laurels, pretty sure it means morals, but built an entire universe with AlphaCore, Yaira, Gooding, and more, as the company is on track to sell even more books in 2025 than it has in any year prior. Also, they have now come out with their own collected edition first book, the Rippaverse Trinity. Hopefully those will still be around so I could get one. But keep in mind, guys, even before EVS, there was actual fandoms thing. You had the lawsuit that Dick Masterson and Vito basically insinuated. And keep in mind, I want to clear this up here. There was never an actual lawsuit. It was basically kind of like, what's a thing in law where it never goes to trial? They kind of essentially like settled out of court with it ever.
Yeah, it was settlement.
Yeah, there was never a lawsuit. Okay, ever. Okay, I don't know why people keep saying that word. Nothing ever happened in court. Are you literally retarded? Oh my goodness.
Of course they are. They listen to Dick Masterson podcast.
Or that fucking retarded bitch Katie did.
EVS podcast. Yeah, all those people. The only people that listen to those people's podcasts, other than to clip them saying something about how they like grooming or molesting dogs, like Katie did. I don't know. If you're not there to clip them, you must be mentally retarded if you're watching them.
Yeah, Katie, if you can't clip Eric's content, you could sure have a dog fuck you. I'm pretty sure you're into that, you stupid, worthless bitch. All right. He hired industry legends Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett, whom I think have done the best books in the Rippaverse so far, as you guys have watched my Rippaverse comic book ranking video on my comic channel, to work with him, as well as former Marvel artist Bart Sears, teaming up with the Saska sisters. I love those two, Jen and Sylvie, who also penned a Black Widow miniseries for the Big Two comic company. It's crazy. The new recent controversy, hiring Gothics, and they were all like, well, she doesn't know comics. Guys, she's not hired for her comic book knowledge. She is hired essentially to be a content creator, essentially a spokesperson. It's crazy? All that shit you guys said about Gothics, you can apply that to literally Katie did. Isn't that her? Katie did has no knowledge of comics, and all she does is just talk out her ass. And all she does is get on her knees and lick the ball sweat off of EVS's nutsack. She has EVS's dick so far down her throat, it's in her esophagus. Like the way Taylor Swift gets on her knees for that Kelsey fucker. Like, literally, Katie did is what you guys claim Gothics is. Gothics isn't here for comic book knowledge. Also, why would any girl be here for comic book knowledge? Girls don't know shit about comics. What the fuck? With such talent involved, and a line that has endless work involved, one would think any studio would be honored to work with the Rippaverse. But the thing is, That's not how any of the major two would see it. They see you as competition. And let's be honest here, they have such a foothold in the industry on people's necks. The fact that basically if they ever catch you working for Eric July's company, you'll be blacklisted. They probably won't tell you. You just won't be getting any calls or emails, actually. It's practically guaranteed income for a long time if they do a good job, which is true. That's the next book coming out, which is The Great War of Separation, which I'll be obviously pre-ordering very soon when it drops later on this week. However, success doesn't come without detraction. I see what they did there. And July faces a ridiculous online mob who attack his every move and dedicate their lives to hating his comic books. Yet literally, he could announce, hey, I'm doing an omnibus. Why are you doing an omnibus? It's too early. Marvel and DC release omnibuses literally every week. I have the proof. How dare you do an omnibus? You just proved you're a fake comic book fan. You just proved it right there. Everything they say, as far as a detractor, I can tell you're a fake fucking comic book fan. You don't read books. Probably don't own books because you probably live in your mom's fucking basement eating her asshole out while she pays your fucking cell phone bill, you fucking losers. It's borderline mentally ill and led by several jealous former DC Comics artists whom are in my butthole. I'm joking. Who seem to want him to fail for their own feelings. Yeah. It's led to some problems recently, as Eric July posted on X yesterday. So this was the post that he made. For the sake of respect and professionalism, I will not name the agency involved. And this is where I disagree. You should name them. It won't matter at this point now, dude. They're not going to work with you.
Yeah.
Why not name them? It doesn't matter. If you do name them, they're not going to work with you anyway. You might as well put them on blast. I don't see the reason why he wouldn't. But the respect factor, I guess. I can understand it, but I don't agree with it. You know? As many of you know, the Rippaverse has a mountain of projects coming down the pipeline for 2025 and beyond. This creates a lot of opportunity for artists. We recently started communication with a decently known Western comic book agency that manages a lot of solid talent. Some of this talent is very well known. At first, they were enthusiastic about this opportunity. This especially applied to those looking for work at the moment. We eventually assigned about a dozen artists on 15 plus projects. This includes pencilers, inkers, and colorists for both covers and sequential art. Some of these projects had already kicked off. Today, I received an email from the agency head that they are pulling all of their artists from their various projects. Why? Because, and I quote, they become conscious of some controversies. I didn't ask what those controversies were, and it is unimportant. No, Eric, I disagree with that. You should ask them. You should. See, are they going to be honest? I don't know, but I think you should have asked them.
I think it does become important because right here you can see that if he's already had people assigned out, there was already some kind of an agreement here. There was already some kind of contract that must have been signed. So there's absolutely going to be some sort of settlement from breach of contract. If they breached a contract with Eric, he's within his rights to file suit against that company. If he files suit against that company, one, the name of the company will come out, but two, there will be discovery on the controversies on who did it. I just don't think Eric wants to discuss it
You know,
on the internet.
I think people are still peddling the stupid line. They're like, cancel culture's dead because Donald Trump became president. I voted for Trump. I don't care what people say. He was the best candidate. Better than that Kamala Harris retarded bitch. Why would Trump becoming president just eliminate cancel culture? You know, people could just secretly do that, like what happened to Eric potentially.
Yeah, it's not, dude. That's the thing I keep telling people. It's like
just because Trump became president doesn't mean that everything's gonna just magically go away.
You won a battle. You didn't win this culture war. It's not over yet, dude.
Like, and people to factor in, you with Eric July and this company, they were probably talking for a while there. This didn't just come out of nowhere. You know, this had to be set up months in advance.
Well, they've already got people assigned out. You've got actual artists assigned to actual books, and then they pull them from it. That means they're in violation of some kind of agreement, dude. You don't get that far along in a project that you're disseminating work out unless you've already come to an agreement on what those people are going to be paid for that assignment, which means there's a contract of some sort in place, which means that getting out of that contract is going to require some sort of binding settlement between Eric and the company. And maybe it was written into the terms of the contract that, like, hey, here's an out clause, and this is how it works. Like, if we decide to pull out or we can't do it or whatever. But if they didn't have that in there and they just kind of nuke the contract, he can sue the shit out of them. So it's going to delay. It's going to have a material effect on his business.
Yeah.
And if he sues them in discovery, he'll find out who did it.
First person he should sue is
reach out to them, because they're not going to. Well, that company isn't going to be in violation of. I mean, that's a real company. This isn't some fly by night bullshit fucking indie go fucking artist. It's a real company that, like, when the lawyers come knocking at their door, they're going to have to turn over this shit to explain who this was and what these controversies were. And I'm pretty sure that even that Eric knows what the controversies were, and he is not willing to engage with this retardation, even at the level,
because this is the thing that Eric
tortious interference.
I hope Eric understands this. I'm pretty sure he does. The guys from like the mainstream, let's say Marvel and DC or this agency, they don't like you anyway. So if someone doesn't want to work with you, nothing changes that. They already made up their mind already. You know?
Yeah.
This is gonna.
No, I think he's pretty clear about that. But either way, this is going to cause some damage to his business as an ability to do business, and he should be seeking financial retribution for it. And that's the thing. I there's nothing in here that says that he doesn't wind up doing that. Like, I think at some point he does, or he should go after them. I just don't think he needs to talk about it online.
Yeah. There's no sense in trying to work with people that don't want to work with you. Oh, I understand that one. Though this delays several projects, I wish them well and will not do anything to spite them. I bring this up as a reminder to you all. We've seen a lot of success, but we are still up against it. Though the Rippaverse leaves its politics at the door, the individual politics of people like me, Chuck Dixon, and others will always be held against us. Yeah, that's true. We all know what the acceptable politics are in the Western comic industry. Yeah, anyone saying that that's not true is retarded. You definitely have to have a certain line of thinking to kind of work with some of these people. It's true. Literally, okay, so as an example, I was watching a Hypnotic stream just a few days ago. There's this Muslim guy who was hired to do legitimate DEI. They didn't know it was politics. What they were trying to convince him of was basically being like, you should hate the fact that you're white. You have white skin, and you should kind of treat people better than you because you're white. This is literally, he laid it out. I don't agree with everything he said in that video, that Muslim guy that was EFAPing, but what he put out was like, okay, these guys are crazy. They're putting you through actual like DEI training to trying to reprogram your brain. You know, like, you better not come out and say there's only two genders. How dare you? You're blacklisted. I guarantee you, if Dan Mora, and I love Dan Mora, Dan Mora comes out right now and says there's only two genders, he's blacklisted. Guarantee you it will happen, because they have no standards. They just want you to accept bullshit. Ugh. That said, some of it isn't just left versus right. We always have people contacting our business, to our vendors, partners, and anybody that dares to say anything positive about us. Some of these will even claim they're anti-cancel culture. Yeah, this happened. You know, when Eric accepted that award last year when we went to that meetup? Remember, it was literally 2 days before we went to the meetup. Remember? EVS and his crew of trolls and worthless pieces of shit, they contacted the organization that gave Eric July the award. Remember that? And they stormed their comment section saying he didn't deserve it. Yeah, like, anyone that speaks positively about the Rippaverse just gets, no, you don't really like it. How dare you? They just dogpile you.
Are such sad, pathetic, I'm assuming lonely individuals. I mean, they are the dregs of humanity. They are the left behinds. They are people who have nothing more in life to look forward to than thinking about Eric July. I barely fucking think about Eric July, and I've read all of his books so far.
Well, because you're not a flaming homosexual.
Well, yeah, they're obsessed with them. It's just like some sort of homoerotic power fantasy that most of these guys seem to have.
Because what was the original thing? The original thing was, it's not gonna. You'll never put out your first book. It's never gonna succeed very well. No one's gonna like it. You won't make money. And then when every narrative got defeated, they had to just resort to contacting people to make sure they don't work. That's just, God, these people are just mentally deranged. Do you have nothing better to do with your life? Keep in mind, people claim they're anti-cancel culture, and people claim they love comic books. Guys, there's DC and Marvel will have a bigger impact on comic books than Eric will ever have. That's just me being honest. I would focus all the energy you have on Eric and focus on Marvel and DC and what they're doing with people. Keep in mind, what were just hearing stories? These guys barely ever got paid. They got paid late. What about that? That's always been a thing. You know? But hey, yeah, let me just focus on this guy doing an indie comic company that'll have no impact on nothing. Like, holy crap, people are fucking retarded. They're either already fans of the Rippaverse or they're professionals that know of and support our vision. They are mentally prepared to handle whatever will be unfortunately thrown out them simply because they work with for us. Certainly simply because they work with / for us. Everybody else are Easterners and South Americans that are completely disconnected from a lot of the nonsense and cultural problems that plague Western entertainment. Despite all of this, I look forward to giving some hungry artists these projects. The Rippaverse will continue to grow despite the challenges or hurdles. Let's be great. It's tragic to watch cancel culture in action even in 2025 at a point where even Bleeding Cool is recognizing Eric July's prowess in the industry. The books for the Rippaverse can't be considered to be offensive by any political standards, as he's merely presented a fun superhero universe, making the situation more ridiculous. Eric July, however, noted that there are a large number of artists who responded because of the situation, leading him to comb through different portfolios almost immediately to fill the vacancies presented by the studio. He said in a follow-up, though I didn't plan this, I'm spending the front half of the day going through this mountain of artists that saw the most recent post, reached out, and they are ready for work. Shout out to all of you. And this is one of the more awesome things, the success we've been blessed with. It creates a lot of good paying gigs for artists in an industry that many feel needs to be rekindled. We move. Also, there's a guy that does crowdfunders. His name is Gilly Writes or something like that. He wants to always write for the Rippaverse. I would always contact. He said his dream was to write for the Rippaverse. He said he wants to do an Ingrid solo story. Get that guy, Eric, if you can. Shout out to that Gilly Writes guy. It's good to see the Rippaverse continuing on despite setbacks and canceled attempts. Eric July provides a good example to go forward and get the work done and not bow to pressure. It pays off to stand by a vision. What do you think of a comic studio canceling Eric July and his Rippaverse? Well, yeah, man. What's your closing thoughts on this?
These detractors, actual fandom, and whoever that weird dude with the beard that they both are.
Oh, Eric debunks that guy.
I don't know. Yeah,
whatever he was.
Spells the name. He spells it Eric weird or whatever. Either way, they look like child predators.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I know that for a fact, but they look a little.
Okay.
They sound that way too, bro. And some of their ideals they seem to stick to. Give me.
Oh, actual fandom for sure.
It's a vibe. It's just
he thinks there's non-offending PDFs. He's actually said these kind of things.
Oh yeah, so then he is he's a president.
Even allegedly, he hides these streams to be members only, but no one's paying members for that dog shit content. But yeah, I mean, people are just so obsessed with.
So you've got people
winning.
like that. You've got the Vito and the Dick Mastersons of the world, and all they're known for is Vito for making a comic book no one will ever read, even if he does publish it.
And it will never come out.
Yeah. And you've got Dick Masterson, who abuses a girl with autism along with his mentally challenged cohort, Riley, who pisses on the supposedly autistic girl that Dick, pays for them to create this content. I'm assuming solely for him. Nobody on OnlyFans is buying that literal piss porn.
She's not attractive, and she's literally
it's just Dick spanking it to it on the times that he doesn't have time to actually abuse her himself, or Riley. I'm sure he's taking a round of Riley's thick ass as well. But these are the people that follow people like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've already got these base degenerate scumbags that are the content creators. So you have to imagine that the people that are actually following them are even more base, even more degenerate, even more invaluable to society in general. And these are the people that you're dealing with whenever you mention Eric July. Eric July lives in their minds rent free, and all they can do is think about him.
Some of these people complain to be anti-cancel culture, and they actually are comic book fans. That's the crazy thing. It's like, first of all, you should want another comic book company coming up and thriving. That's a good thing.
Are they really though? Are they really comic fans?
Not.
Are they Wikipedia fans? I haven't found one of them that seems legitimately authentic in the fact that they're some kind of comic book fan. I mean, unless your idea of being an authentic comic book fan is to give Ethan Van Sciver as much money as you can and never get
see
anything from him.
Yeah,
exactly. It's bullshit. Most of them are bullshit. Like Dick Masterson's fans, who are what new CG thrives on, are not comic book fans. They're just scumbags. And so are pretty much everyone associated with Ethan's new CG. They're just shitty scumbags who are literally obsessed with Eric July's success because they will never be successful in modern times. They Ethan won't be successful again. He will never reach the heights he had at DC. Again, he's a has-been. And all of these people who follow him are just never was degenerate scumbags that Dick Masterson sends over to EVS, so EVS will support his retarded fucking tirade against Eric.
Ethan has said, "Oh, me and Eric July weren't friends." That's not true. Even if you weren't friends, you could acquaintances friendly. He literally ended up becoming the biggest detractor because he just had a disagreement. Night letter, like shut the fuck up.
It's not even a disagreement, dude. It's jealousy. Ever since Ethan went into the hospital after his coronary from obsessive compulsive pie consumption, he hasn't done anything. He got a
stroke for being a fat fuck.
I'm saying right now, I don't think his hand is even steady enough to draw anymore. He's probably using more AI to produce those Rainbow the Brute photos than anyone's ever done. Like maybe he does it. Maybe he has sparks of time where he can keep a steady hand enough to draw on a stream, maybe, or something else. But I don't think he can physically draw at length anymore. And that's why Rainbow the Brute is really taking so long, is because he is physically incapable of doing it. Just like he was physically incapable of keeping his wife pleased. And she left him for a skydiver. Sup, Evan? How you doing?
Oh, gosh. Because now we're at the point where, man, this guy is literally streaming about Eric for hours. He literally became the detractor that he was battling against with Eric when the Rippaverse launched. He endorsed. I saw him. He said it was good. It was literally ever since the Dick Masterson criticism, and he was mad because Eric didn't get on his knees and take Dick Masterson.
And Dick Masterson isn't a real critic.
He doesn't know comics.
I don't even think he knows how to read a fucking book. Like his hairline makes him look like a fucking caveman.
Here, I'll show you what he's doing right now on this video. This fat, worthless idiot. This man already. I seen it. I'm not subscribed anymore because this guy is. I'm just so done seeing this fat fucking idiot from my fucking feed. I'd already unsubscribed a long time ago. This is what he's doing right now. This is what he's doing right now. He's already did this before. It's Eric July related, but he's doing this right now. Okay, he has already EFAP'd this before. He's watching the same shit over and over again. He's watched that Rippaverse already.
Yeah, he's mentally masturbating over Eric, and then because he doesn't have a steady hand anymore, he puts it on his dick right after Trash Cast ends, and he jacks off to Eric July. That's what Ethan Van Sciver does when he's not on stream, because everything about Ethan Van Sciver is tied directly to Eric July anymore. Ethan Van Sciver isn't his own man. Nothing. He's Eric July's bitch.
Or even that Comic Kings thing he did. I have Comic King. Comic King is boring. No one likes that show. That show was trash. Like, let's be honest.
Does anybody even come on it anymore?
He was only ever
on to be associated with him.
He was only ever interesting at doing drama. Let's be honest here. That was his only thing. Comic King sucks. I don't know why anyone wants to be on that show. That show was trash. None of those guys have I like some of them guys. I do. None of them have personalities for doing like what we're doing right here. They don't. They literally do not. He had to literally change the entire format of the show because he knew they have no personalities, or they didn't want to put their personalities out there on his show because they knew they would probably trash their reputation more than already is trash for not being in the main.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think anybody wants to go on there and like actually talk about shit.
I don't think they actually want to participate because
well, a lot of them want to leave. There's more than a few of them that like don't want to be associated anymore, and they don't want to deal with the fluctuation of the audience. Like I think there's one or two of them that are probably slowly just disassociated by not being available for those streams.
Remember that guy named Bosch that I showed you on there? That guy Bosch came out of nowhere, claimed he made some Muhammad book that made him famous, that got him on the wrong side of the law, came in a post, started sucking off EVS, and then he's on his show now. That's all you have to do. Make a declaration that you need to suck this guy off, get on your knees and take his dick all the way to your esophagus, and you get on a show.
Bro, his dick isn't going that far. Ask Evan. He knows.
Ask his wife. Shit.
Evan knows. His wife told Evan.
Like, this guy is just crazy. Imagine having your brand. Yeah, just imagine being the guy he was before, working with Jeff Johns. I don't think Jeff Johns ever liked him. He's like, yo, remember that tweet he put out last year where he was like, man, I was at one point working with Grant Morrison and people like Jeff Johns, but now I'm in this space talking to people like JDA and Matt Barr. He doesn't want to be here. He would like to be in the mainstream with Jeff Johns and Grant Morrison. Yeah, but they never liked him anyway. Yeah,
well, he's lazy. Like him for one, and he's a pain in the ass. He couldn't work. He wasn't on. Jeff Johns probably had to live in his asshole just to make sure he was on time. Ethan doesn't have a work ethic. His only ethic that he has is being obsessed with another man's success. That's it. His ethic is, I'm Eric July's bitch. Everything Eric July does, I'm going to talk about because I'm his bitch. That's bitch made shit. That's what bitch made men do.
He doesn't get his books out. Remember that guy, Niobe Comics? Niobe Comics went on his show and was like, hey, man, where's the fucking he was talking about Cyberfrog orders. He should have mentioned Rim of the Brute. Where's Rim of the Brute? It's been 4 years late. Cyberfrog 3 years late. Fearsome launched. No fucking end date to that. So let me see. If Cyberfrog 3, Rim of the Brute, Cyberfrog number 3, Fearsome, Elephant, that oversized hardcover shit, that's 5 projects right there. We don't even know when they're coming out or if they ever will come out, to be honest here. You know? No one's reading. See, keep in mind, he said, well, everyone got Cyberfrog 2 and everyone liked it. That's not true at all. That's
not everyone got it.
Not true. Not everyone got it. And people that read it, people that got it didn't read it. Who read them books? Who talks about Cyberfrog?
I don't even, like, there may be some places, like, if you Google it, you might see a few reviews, but nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Nobody talks about Ethan's books. Nobody cares. Short of his sycophants.
He had a tweet where he literally said he preferred if his life would, if he had still be in DC. Keep in mind, he could still be there. He got his own self canceled. If you wanted to be there, get on your knees, start sucking off Jim Lee or Dan DiDio, who was the lead guy before. Holy shit. What a fat, worthless idiot. I wouldn't be that surprised if he was the one behind that. I'm just being honest here. So, you know.
Oh, no.
But the reason why I will give him a little bit of credit is because there's so many Eric July detractors. You honestly don't know who could have did it, honestly. There's so many groups that stream for hours talking about the guy.
It's a collaborative.
You know? I would probably put him as number 1, but legit, you never know. But yeah, man, any other closing thoughts you have about this topic or no?
Nah.
Don't stuff your face with
pies. All that out.
Yeah. But yeah, Eric July detractors, you're retarded, stupid, and yeah, your mom should honestly have thought about aborting you before you were born. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're signing out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. Walter said, why are you Thanos?
I've been Thanos before.
Hi, James. Did you get my message earlier, you white bastard?
James, make him learn how to install his own PC. What the hell is his problem? You don't even have to install it. You take it out of the box. You plug your crap in.
Sorry. He messaged me earlier on Discord, but we were doing the show. He said, why are people messaging me about the computer? Oh, because WZ was trolling you, you bastard. But you have to come and put it in my butt very soon.
You don't have to. You just take it out of the box and plug it in, dude.
Yeah, I'm lazy and black. Work.
I didn't know you were black, but I definitely knew you were lazy.
God, man. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow, because I have to see James tomorrow because I have to give him something that's very, very important. So, when I'm off work, I'll have him come over and get something very important for me. But other than that, that's pretty much it. He was like, it's WZ trolling you, you white guy. EVS thinks that Obi-Wan Kenobi is a fast. He did say that. He said he liked Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's crazy. That is nuts.
Yeah, that show was hot garbage, dude.
That show was objectively. That show made me stop watching Star Wars. I'm not kidding. That show literally made me stop watching Star Wars content. That show was terrible.
That was the death of Star Wars content for a lot of people, dude.
Yeah, if they couldn't do Obi-Wan right, why the fuck would I even watch anything else you do? I told you, you literally just message me whenever you're free and we have to do it. If you want, oh my god. He's playing hard to get.
It's not even that hard you just unplug the cable, the HDMI cable from the back, you plug a new one in, plug a power cord in.
Oh no, there's
How did you put your TV in your house? Oh, you don't have a TV, that's right.
I think I put a TV.
How do you plug in, I don't know, your vibrator, your light bulb, your fucking lamp?
Oh god, what was I gonna say? Oh no. There's stuff on this computer I need specifically transferred over into my new one. Passwords, everything that I have.
No, it's not going to work that way, bro.
It's not? How's that work?
No. I mean, you could pull the hard drive out of this one and stick it in the other one, or SSD, but no, you start all over again, dude, by entering it.
No way.
Yeah.
You're fucking with me. Are you serious?
That's what a new PC is. Yes.
Oh my god. So essentially, if I want to keep everything, I'll take the hard drive out of this and put it in that one, and get everything over, and then take it out when I have everything off.
You won't even get everything over necessarily the same way, dude. You're gonna have to still set shit up.
Oh my god,
that easy.
It's
never that.
I hate change. No, I hate it.
You have a Microsoft account connected to this one. It might have some of it saved. Go to Chrome and sync all of your passwords to your Chrome account. Then when you log into Chrome on the other one, it might work.
Oh, it's a 4.
Oh, it's got a 4070 Super in it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I bring it in here and show you guys.
That's too much computer for MSK. He's
bring
just
it
going
in
to
here and
watch
show
porn
you
on
guys.
it and play League.
You
don't need a 4070 for porn and League.
Do you guys want me to show you on stream what it is before we go? I can get it. Entertain the chat, black man.
It's way more PC than he needs. I mean, come on, James. You should have known better. Does he need more porn?
Yeah.
But yes, just make sure he syncs his Google Chrome stuff. It'll pull his passwords for him. Because he probably forgot all of them, and that's not going to work. Yeah, seriously, I would charge him for that, but I'm a professional, so I don't do that shit for free anymore. Ah, you went to Costco.
No, we got this from Best Buy.
Oh, okay. They have the same thing at Costco sometimes.
Well, they do?
But yeah, you're going to have to set it all up, bro. It's never that easy.
James made it sound like it was easy.
He didn't want to buy piece by piece. That's because he doesn't know what he's doing.
I don't. No. That was my goal. I told people I didn't want to buy it piece by piece. I just wanted. I was factoring in time, right? So if I buy it all at once, the money that I save doesn't matter because I'm using this thing for like 10 years. Doesn't matter if I save a little, like $200. Doesn't matter to me. But but if people want to, oh my god, my breath. I think it's heavy. Holy fuck.
You need to go to the gym more.
I went to the gym tonight, guys. I'm buff now. I'm gonna go to the gym 3 days a week. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do shoulders and back. Buying piece by piece was stupid. Getting it all at once is the better idea. The best part is MSK can sleep on the box where he set the PC up. I love
the
how
box is his new bed. That PC is why he doesn't have a bed, too.
I sold the bed for the PC.
Exactly. The PC is in the room there, but there's no bed there.
So that's what I was doing. So I figured as a contingency plan, if I can't save all my passwords, just write down all my passwords that are important to like the Gmail accounts and stuff. and then just
probably a good
save all
idea.
the. I know I synced everything because usually the reason why I don't sync passwords is because sometimes the passwords like will randomly reset, and then I won't remember the password on that one. So before I hook it in, before I have James come over and put it in, I'll have to write down all the passwords and stuff because it's just passwords that I need. It's everything else I can just get into, like League. I can get into VSDC, Discord. Oh, so much setup. Oh, why?
Be lots of setup. You ain't gonna be able to stream for like a day or two, bro. You're gonna take a whole day out.
Fuck no. Probably have to do it. I'll probably do it on a Friday because we don't have to have a show Friday. I'll probably just take the Friday off and just have them do it then, probably because I just won't have any. Because every other day is booked already. You know, that PC is the man of the house. Instead of the PC being quiet, it tells him to keep it down when it's in sleep mode. That motherfucker is never getting set up. It's just, man, I have everything saved in here already. If I could just take the parts out of this one and just make the parts better, I would have did that. There's so much setup to do. It's so much setup. Better factor in. So yeah, we'll do it eventually. Don't worry. I wouldn't lie to you guys like that. By the time his PC is unboxed, the warranty would have expired.
Just like his bed and his TV over there against the back wall. That's been there for like
Tiny was talking about
two
having
of his
sex.
shows.
So Tiny said, should I troll the bars in my chair looking for love or just sit my ass out on the corner? It's not something quite so simple, but if the opportunity presents itself, I'll feel better about it because you ordered me to. This is all sarcasm before anyone freaks out. Tiny, if you were on the corner, I don't know if you would be getting picked up.
What are you talking about?
So I told Tiny in the group chat, I told her to have sex. And she said she'll just go out in the corner. I'm like, Tiny, I don't think you're getting picked up on the corner. Just saying. They'll probably get a woman that can actually walk, you know? Like if Tiny was a prostitute, would you guys pick her up? Like, be honest here. Probably not. You know? It's like there's better options.
I think Tiny has more self-respect than to be a prostitute.
Yeah, like Tiny's like a 4 out of 5, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, maybe, you know? It's like,
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Oh no, Vaughn's talking about Final Fantasy stuff. Final Fantasy is for losers and homosexuals. Good Lord.
What are you talking about?
I'm not. It was a joke in the group chat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wouldn't personally because I have standards, but no, Tiny will be back on eventually. I'll have her on for a one-on-one in the near future. You know, as far as like being on panel shows, I can't do that, but I can have her on for one-on-ones periodically at some point.
You know?
Sure. You don't think I can even land her for that? God.
Yeah, it's too much for you.
And by that, I mean neuter this motherfucker. Oh, all right. So, do you have anything else you want to shill before we head out?
Nah, I have no idea when I've got regular life coming back, so nothing coming up but Rogues Gallery on Friday.
And then we have this show on Tuesdays, unless you go out of town to work.
Yeah, plenty of. I might have a bit of traveling in February. I think I've got some in the middle of the month.
Ooh, so don't worry. I already have a backup plan. One day we have to do a show with all three of us here. One day we have to. But yeah, the book we and you are going to review next week on Tuesday is this Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man. Married with Children Volume 1. This covers issues 1 through 6. And then at that point, we'll be all caught up with the Ultimate Universe. I'll have to buy the Ultimate X-Men trade. I have to get that one. I know I bought the Black Panther one. I know I did. I just have to fucking find it. Where did I put that motherfucker? Good Lord. All that graphical processing power just to play fucking League. James, you need to give him that PC under the condition he plays other games sometimes. Savage Dad.
That's what I was saying.
That would be amazing to play League on that thing. That would be just my brain.
League is all you're.
I'll be honest here. Like, when I finally set up that tower, I'm playing League for literally. If it's my day off and I set up that tower, I'm playing League like a good 11 hours. Calling it right now. We're about to feel like the best pop offs of all time. I'm not gonna Why do you think I'm just gonna download porn? I get a new computer. What is this obsession with porn? I'm not a porn addicted weirdo. What's wrong with you guys?
Download it. No, you're just gonna beat off to it while playing League.
That's like buying a refrigerator just to store a can of soda.
Exactly. Nailed it. Exactly the point I was making. He's gonna need a new monitor. I'm pretty sure these ones won't survive the setup.
I'm not gonna lie. Do you have a new monitor too? Yeah, I do. It's over there. But before I put it in, I want to get the other 34-inch one before I put in the PC. So when we put in the tower, I want to have that monitor that's 34 inches, the LG one, and then I want to have the other 34-inch monitor on the side. So you have two 34-inch monitors, then you have the new PC. So that'll be the final pieces of Exodia that I'll have. Man has 20 cans of Kickstarts and microwavable meals in his fridge, and that's it. No, it's not true. Not true. I have chicken wings in there too. Not because I'm black. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here for the show. Here's what we're going to be doing coming up. So we have the Wednesday show tomorrow, hopefully with me, Cyfax, and Grey Poupée. And then on Thursday, me or Anna or Laps Comic Fan, we're going to be reviewing Joker by Brian Azzarello. Friday, okay. Oh, sorry. And we have the Cloud9 podcast. And then what's also going to happen is that I actually contacted a lady, and me and this lady are going to have a one-on-one. So let me restart all of this to give you guys the lowdown on what's happening, because I got some hot, spicy stuff coming up. Because, I can pick up chicks around here. So tomorrow, we have the Wednesday show, okay? Me, Cyfax, and Grey Poupée in my butthole. I'm joking. I am joking. I am a good-looking, hot, sexy Rizmaster. Kidding. All right. Wednesday, panel show. Me, Cyfax, Grey. Thursday, one-on-one with the new lady around like 11 o'clock my time, 11 p.m. After that, I'm going to have the comic book review with either Anna's Gameland or Last Comic Fan. We're going to review Joker by Brian Azzarello. After that, we have the Cloud9 podcast with Chaz. Friday, we're going to be reviewing the DC All-In special number 1. That's Friday. And then on Saturday, we have the panel show. Me, Society, Cyfax, and whoever that's there. And then on Sunday, what do we have Sunday? I don't know what we have Sunday. Oh, Sunday we have the Cloud9 podcast. Yeah. Sunday we have the Cloud9 podcast, and that's pretty much it. So these are the next 3 books we are going to review. Also, we'll have that Marvel comic topic on either Thursday or Friday. So why are you Thanos? Why are you eating purple candy? What is wrong with you? What the fuck, man? Oh my god.
I'm in purple face. Is this
really?
Offensive?
Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, man. All right. So, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. If you're just only watching the shows that we do, we'll see you next Tuesday. And have a great weekend, guys. Have a great week, guys. See you guys later.